as the priest or forehead boy?
You mean, Rossio?
Yes, that's it.
The one who even Kamina makes fucking jokes about his force ahead? Fucking great.
Yeah, yeah.
I think my favorite part is when he gets socked in the face at the end. Rossio, let me see you grit those teeth! And Simone just punches him square in the fucking jaw because fuck you.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Girl, log on.
Oh, I have no idea.
You need to watch it.
My anime expertise goes, hang on, I can actually tell you. I have the list right here. I pretty much have all the anime that I watch, or know of, to care to know of.
I've told him that he needs to watch it, and I'm pretty sure it's one of those things he just has to discover for himself.
I have Full Metal Alchemist, all of it. All of it. All. High School of the Dead. Because fucking apocalypse anime I've ever seen. Outlaw Star. Cowboy Bebop. Samurai Champloo. Attack on Titan. And oh, Samurai 7. And I'm not counting the movies, like Spirited Away and stuff that I have.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann is really good.
Oh,
Really...
FLCL too. Sorry, I don't know how I forgot.
Did you hear
that
they're making a season 2?
Oh my god, I'm so excited!
I am so excited for FLCL season 2.
And it looks really interesting. Inji, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, did you say something?
Sorry, was drinking.
Oh. Yeah. FLCL's getting a season 2, and I cannot be more excited.
I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. Mostly happy, a little apprehensive.
I know. I just kind of want to love it, though. I was kind of upset the direction that Attack on Titan went.
I skipped that one.
I liked the first season up until the end. And then I just completely lost interest. I didn't like the whole, Sorry, this is a spoiler warning to anybody out there who hasn't seen Attack on Titan. If you are interested or plan on seeing it, I would suggest covering your ears. I will have Kiriko show up the peace sign for when you can uncover your ears. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so the main character ends up having the fucking ability to turn into one of the giants.
It does feel out like a little bit of a cop-out, honestly.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, for real? We couldn't have one awesome original anime where someone doesn't have some kind of stupid-ass superpower? I really liked the humanity of that show.
And then they went and ruined it.
And then they went, no, now the main character is like the secret experiment from his dad, and he can turn into one of the monsters to fight the monsters. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Armor 87 Attack on Titan is an anime.
Say that again?
Oh, Armor 87 in my chat asked, what is Attack on Titan? So I specified, or clarified.
Oh.
Pardon me, wow.
It's... Okay, look, you're hearing me rant right now, but I'm going to tell you right now. The first half of that anime in the first season is amazing. It is some of the coolest shit that I mean, I thought, at least story-wise, that I've seen in a while. Would anybody else agree? Kiriko? Oh, that's right, and she hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, not really. Sorry. I mean, I know the base premise.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know why they took it to that weird ass direct. Because I mean, that alone could have stood as a story. Just these regular ass people trying to fend off this threat that they know nothing about, as it slowly engulfs their city. But no, they couldn't give us an awesome, grounded storyline. They had to give one of the main characters a weird ass superpower that makes almost no goddamn sense. I mean, then again, anime. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. A lot of the powers that show up in anime don't make any goddamn sense, but
there's a difference between something being goofy or relevant and just being a cop-out.
yeah, no, see, that's the weird thing. The anime, it's super fucking serious. Like, it's really fucking serious up until that point.
Well, that's... Pardon me, wow. That's what Kiriko and I were talking about the other week, with Knights of Sidonia. Kind of. I mean, at least to me, that's kind of what it felt like.
I had a roommate that was watching that for a while.
Well, I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened again and again and again. It's Sword Art Online.
I don't want to.
Sword Art Online is actually a really well put together anime in the first couple of seasons.
That's like the one pattern that pisses me off the most about anime, and
it's like so fucking true. Like, I fucking hate that.
Well, there tends to be this like precipice that you approach with like quality versus profitability. And once you go past that edge, it's like everything falls apart.
I just don't understand why it's like they keep trying to profit by doing the same fucking thing over and over again. And I feel like it totally defeats the purpose of what they brought to the table beforehand.
Kiriko, have you seen Food Wars?
I have not, no.
Oh my god.
I've heard great things about that one. I won't lie.
Check it out.
Like, my right now, my top tier as far as anime goes, even though some people argue which ones are anime and which ones are not, is Gurren Lagann, Avatar, and Food Wars.
I know one of those.
I'm an old chap.
Wait, Cowboy Bebop wasn't up there?
I liked Cowboy Bebop, but...
I'm kidding. I know. It's one of those...
Buso Ranking, Cowboy Bebop, and Trigun.
Trigun is really good. Like, it is almost top tier. I mean, like, just to be clear, one of my, like, role models through high school was Vash the Stampede, so, like, major fucking respect there.
I'm a super pleb when it comes to my top 3 favorite. Fucking Cowboy Bebop, FLCL, and Samurai Champloo.
Well,
no, sorry, Full Metal Alchemist.
They're still good. Full Metal Alchemist, I avoided for a long while because of my ex.
Because
but
what?
Have you seen Buso Ranking?
I don't know the name, I'm sorry.
Starts out with a kid that immediately like jumps to save this girl, ends up getting killed by a homunculus, and she ends up like putting this little stone tablet that basically amounts to alchemy in his chest, and it allows him to live. And so he goes off with her to learn how to use it and help her fight homunculus.
Well, that's cool.
It's a good fucking series.
They
like,
really took that world places.
And that's, well, I mean, like I said, part of it was my ex, and I just avoided it for a long while.
That's fair. People avoid shit because of their ex.
But I get over it too, and I saw the original which was fucked up because like the manga wasn't done, so they went and Armor 87 loved Avatar. Those giant blue people were awesome. Yeah, cool.
You know what anime pisses me off the most, and it's not because of anything anybody can do. Ao no Exorcist, also known as Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, I saw that. We watched the entirety of it.
Such a good anime. Such a good arc. The end of the sea, or the end of the first season ends with the best cliffhanger ever, and then the writer of the anime died.
Oh God.
You know, another one I really enjoyed was The Devil is a Part-Timer.
The Devil is a Part-Timer is amazing.
There is all this talk about, like, the creator and the voice caster all going, like, man, we really want to make another season, but it just continues to float in the ether.
They better do it, like, because that is a great series.
What was?
I get your humor, Armor 87.
The Devil is the Part-Timer.
My humor is as dry as my booze, so just don't when I kind of like smile and turn, I get it. Don't worry about it.
What was the name of that anime we all watched in your living room one time? It's like these people and they die and then they they're like in this weird ass purgatory where they're
Gantz.
Oh,
Gantz.
Fuck that shit. That thing.
Gantz.
It's like somebody had a cool idea but didn't know how to make a story out of it, so they just
wrote
what they had.
You want to know the best feel-good anime out there? Evangelion.
I'm not into robot. I'm not into like mech suits.
And I get that, which is again why I say watch Gurren Lagann, because even though you don't like giant robots, it goes beyond giant robots. It transcends giant robots. Like, I do not want to talk. I don't want to.
Sorry.
I don't want to talk about it because some of the stuff that makes it just so amazing would ruin it. I can tell you one thing, one concept, the single thing that like sold it for me, and I can tell you the other thing that sold it for a friend. But both of these would ruin the entire, like, when you hit those points, it would just fuck it up.
All right, I won't ask too deep into it. It's not even a giant robot thing. It's just like mech suits. Like, I love the Iron Giant. Hate Evangelion or whatever.
So the trick to Gurren Lagann is everybody can tell you how great it is, but you will never truly understand it until you watch it yourself. And that's how I was. I always kind of looked at it and thought it was going to be that really, really silly anime that I was going to be like, it's probably going to be good, but this isn't really my stuff. And then I watched it. And oh my god, I binge watched it in a fucking night. I stayed up all fucking night for it. That's what I should be doing. Why do I not own that game? How much is it?
2D Armor 87 says, "What the fuck? How can someone not like giant robots?"
It's not giant robots. It's mech suits.
He's afraid of Japan. It's okay.
There were parts in Gurren Lagann that moved me enough. I fucking cried the first time I watched it.
All right, it sounds like I have to give this.
The one thing I will say, though, and listen closely to this, if you get bored, if you're annoyed watching the first episode, skip it. And that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but there's a lot of deep...
Watch the last 15 minutes of the first episode.
No, it covers everything in the recap of the next one. If you're bored, just check out, go to episode 2, watch the recap, and you'll be good. Because the first episode is nothing but setup. You don't need it. The recap will cover what you need to know, and then you just go from there.
This is true.
All right.
There are friends that I have turned onto this, and the only thing is, like, they say, man, this is so fucking boring. I go, literally, you're not missing anything. Just skip the first episode. You don't need it.
B actually nailed it. I have a hard time with the mechs thing because usually the characters...
A really good one that came out, and I don't know if you're going to classify it as anime, but the new Voltron...
Yeah, no, that's good.
The new Voltron was really good. I
It's
cannot wait for the next season.
Like, the original Voltron was like, okay, when I was a kid, that was nifty. But the new one is like, I'm not kidding, it's Game of Thrones in space with aliens and robots.
And I agree with that. Like, giant mechs are cool and everything, but man, this giant mechs need some character development.
Well, there was that one. There was that one anime. I don't remember what it's called. Fuck. It actually the giant like mech suit had an actual personality in it, like an AI cognizance.
You know what else is really good? Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, that's a decent one. Some of it's kind of dumb. There are points where like you have the one chick who gets a hole blown in her side, and she's just like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna keep fighting." And it's like, no, you would have collapsed from bloodlust by now. I realize you're tough and you're big,
but no one just lives getting a hole shot in them.
Yeah,
He fucking did. Don't doubt. Don't be a hater.
But no, it's good. It's good. Besides a few cavats where it's like, durability doesn't last that much. It's a good series. It's fun. My girlfriend dug it. She. Oh,
sorry. Continue.
Nah. It's fun. It's fun. I'm waiting for Netflix to do more with it.
There are two animes that I absolutely hate that I know I'm gonna get hate for hating them.
He's gonna say Dragon Ball Z, and I'm gonna leave the fucking chat.
No, it's actually not Dragon Ball Z, because I caught the part of Dragon Ball Z of all I needed to catch of it, and I'm fine with that.
The Frieza saga? Because that's all you really need.
Yeah, that's all I caught as a kid, was the Frieza saga. I caught that, like, I think I saw the Frieza saga, like, 3 times. And I caught the first episode. And I was okay with that, and I've pretty much known that to be my Dragon Ball Z experience, and pretty much everybody gives me the pat on the head for that one.
So, I'm going to be honest, I didn't mind Super that much. It was, at the end, a really well put together... Like, the whole Goku getting stronger and stronger thing, I get it.
Yeah,
They're pumping Goku up.
Before we go into Dragon Ball Z...
Oh yeah, you're too hated, sorry.
My 2 hated that gets me the most hate. I despise Yu-Yu Hakusho.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give Yu Yu Hakusho to you.
And Inuyasha.
You know what? I'm actually gonna... I really enjoyed them when I was younger, but watching them back as an older adult and watching all of the anime that I have, they were all right.
Oh my god. Seriously? Sorry. No. Like, my antivirus popped up, and in the middle of a fucking firefight in Elite Dangerous, like, everything... I couldn't even bring up the window. My
it's okay.
comments
You're
of frustration are not aimed at you. Continue.
Okay. Alright, so... I'm happy I didn't piss Angie off. But no, it's just those shows just infuriated me because, for one, they never fucking ended.
I do have to admit, one thing that pisses me off about animes is animes go on too fucking long.
Like Inuyasha was, we have to find the slivers to this thing, and I'm just like, oh, so now you have the excuse to make 2 million episodes.
Well, again,
Great.
That's the whole concept of profitability, right? Like, that's like one of the ones that I really enjoyed at first was Bleach.
Oh god, Bleach suffered from what I like to call Dragon Ball Z syndrome.
Well, yeah, it did.
It's the same thing that Naruto fell under.
Yeah, and
Naruto fell under Dragon Ball Z syndrome.
So, my honest opinion, the first 2 seasons of Bleach, where he's learning to be a Soul Reaper and he's killing Hollow,
fucking amazing though.
And it ends with him like killing the Hollow that killed his mom, and that was the last one before the whole society shit happened. Boom! Anime right there. You're done.
Yeah,
Pack it in.
You're
done.
You don't have to continue the story any longer past this. That is the end.
And it went on for like 8 more years.
Well, to me, the Soul Society, I still like that one, and the big reason was like you got to see everything else. It continued to.
I think it's just we don't need those answers.
Well, no, you don't.
Me the story.
But the thing is,
I just want the story.
The thing is, like, all of that, it followed its own rules, as silly as a comment as that may be, but after that, when you pass the Soul Society arc and you rescue What's-Her-Face, it's like, okay, we're back, and now we're going to go and face all this other shit, and we're going to introduce fucking vampires and all this other garbage that doesn't make any goddamn sense. They just started nullifying everything else they had established, and that was the point where I was like, yeah, I'm checking out. This is fucking garbage. I can't.
Yeah, Bleach got hard. But no, I'm agreeing with you. Like, right when he killed the thing that killed his mom, that's when I would have called it an end.
Yeah, that was it for me. That was when it was done. I was like, this is a great anime, and then they're like, there's more, and I'm like, but why though?
Yeah.
It's like John Wick. We know that John Wick's story is awesome. John Wick is awesome. Watching him go through that shit is awesome. Part of what makes John Wick awesome is the fact that there is this world around that we have absolutely zero answers to. And that intrigues me more than going into 8 years of movies explaining to me this world.
Side note, Squeakbee says Inuyasha is entertaining garbage.
Alright, I'll give that one to you.
This is true. We can give that one away. See, and that's the thing. Okay, I'm going to be the one that says it. Naruto's beginning was fantastic.
No,
Naruto's
beginning.
middle.
Inji can tell you. I'm sorry, you don't care if I call you out.
No, I don't.
I had a freak out moment. Remember you were there when I went through my Naruto phase. And then I stopped immediately when I noticed that it was getting Dragon Ball Z syndrome, because then I just started to lose interest.
Well, here's the thing about Naruto. Okay, beginning is great. The middle areas, there are some areas in the middle that you may not know what the fuck is going on, but it is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
and
they
the end, it has one of the most solid ends I've ever seen in anime. Like,
when they finally ended it, yes.
The final fight between Naruto and Sasuke, it's fucking fantastic. They fight each other to their very last. It's like all of the years of culmination of just this fucking brawl.
Why the hell can I not
it comes down to them just fighting fist to fist, and it's amazing.
Sounds like the end of Scryed.
Scryed was a really good one. I loved Scryed.
Although, this is one of the things where I have to say, you gotta read the manga.
I did read. That's how originally how I saw Scryed was the manga. So I believe that if you cut out about 6 years in the middle in Naruto, it's a great, solid, put-together anime.
There's one anime that it always seems like people who go to the gym always try to get me to watch, even though I've seen it. And I'll be honest, there's a part of me that doesn't want to tell them that I think it's even though they think it's the most pumped up thing in the world.
Which anime?
Trigun.
You know, I really love Trigun. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite animes.
I thought it was good.
But it's one of those animes you have to enjoy.
Like...
Target shields offline.
Okay, hold on. So, if anime catches them, whether they wait or fill in with their own stories, and if they end up with filler episodes, is that they want to keep running on popularity, but end up ruining it. And I agree with you, Squeak. Trigun is amazing. But it's not for everybody. I'll be the first one to say that it is not one of those anime for everybody. It is so fucking slow to get going, and the story you have to invest yourself in.
That's what started to hurt, because it
because the first 20 episodes, you're just following this guy around.
I didn't even make it that far. It just drug forever, and I was like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. And then I stopped. I couldn't fucking go through with it. I was like, I might as well watch Blade Runner.
Not quite sure where you're drawing that comparison, but okay.
Because you're just following this dude around for 2 hours. 3, depending on what cut you have. Maybe 4, depending on his director's cut. That movie is fucking long, all right? And then there's like 12 different versions of it floating out there in the world.
At one point, you see Gandalf and the hobbits walking through, and you're confused.
Oh yeah, did you get the did you get the Tolkien version of Blade Runner? The Tolkien.
Oh my god.
Tolkien cut's my favorite.
Okay, so not quite anime, actually not anime at all, but I have to bring it up because, well, it kind of like popped into my life again recently. Opinions on Gravity Falls?
I don't know
What the
that
fuck
one.
is that?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Yep, we're gonna have to do this. No
Yep.
idea.
You're gonna have to fill us in because we don't have a fucking clue what you just said.
Holy shit. It is like the best thing to come out of Disney in decades, and that's because some guy pitched a pilot and said, here's the deal. I have this idea. I want to produce it. But the thing is, I want to be in charge of the whole thing. Like, other than censors, you guys don't get a say in how the production runs, how anything flows. And they okayed it.
Like, you have me interested because he produced it, but at the same time, you realize that Disney's the devil, right?
Yes, but Disney didn't make it. He did. He just took their money to make it. I have a friend who absolutely hates Disney, but he still loves that goddamn show. And it was one of those things that was made like as a kid's show, but it has so much stuff in there. Like, the storyline is amazing, the animation's fun, the jokes are okay. The guy
Really
that
quick, I want to make a quick point here, really quick, before it gets totally lost. Disney's slowly finding a way to gather the haters and make money off of them.
Okay.
They're getting everybody.
The guy who created Gravity Falls and produced it is close friends with
Target shields online.
fucking
Target shields offline.
the guys that made Rick and Morty.
Oh wait, no, I know Gravity Falls.
There's a couple of crossover jokes, isn't there? Between Rick and Morty and Gravity Falls.
Not
but they wanted to-
crossovers, but references. Like in Gravity Falls, at some point they open an interdimensional portal, and in the portal there's a mug, a clipboard, and a pencil that gets sucked through.
Yeah, and then you see it happen in Rick and Morty where they pop out.
Yeah, and like they had all sorts of plans to put in like little references to one another. They basically wanted to cross over the two shows. Of course, Disney would never allow it, but
Well, Rick and Morty, I mean, let's be
Yeah,
real here.
but
That's gonna be kind of
if-
hard.
you can
He has full rights to the characters. He can go to Adult Swim and lease the characters to them.
He does
which would
not-
allow Rick
he
and Morty
doesn't-
to do it.
He doesn't have full rights to the characters. He had full production of the show, but the rights still belong to Disney. But for example, there's like one point where this guy is living with his grandmother, and he is talking about how like his cousin is getting married, and you know he feels inadequate because he doesn't have anybody, and she goes, "Oh, I would like you to find somebody. I would like to see you married before I die." And he goes, "Oh, that way you can be with Grandpa with the angels, right?" And she goes, "No, Grandpa is not there."
It's a hell joke and a kid's show, in case none of you caught it.
And there are just moments like that where you have this, like, whoa, you went there, yeah, like it's, and some of the stuff is clever too, but yeah, check that shit out. Sorry for the big sidetrack there.
So good. What were we talking about before we got onto Gravity Falls?
Anime, because like it wasn't quite anime, but it had like it's such this weird niche
right.
area that I figured I should bring it up. You know, I wasn't sure about 2D, but I figured Kiriko would at least be up on that one.
funny, it ended up being the opposite because I actually seen a
Funny
couple of
story. I don't watch a lot of normal TV.
Well, me neither, but all the same.
I mean, I've achieved getting normal TV, but I do not watch.
What are these guys shooting at?
I refuse to pay my cable company money to give me free our TV for free internet cap or with no internet cap.
Yeah.
I just pay extra money to have no internet cap.
I just don't I just don't believe in throwing money at dead things.
Yeah, TV's a dead medium.
I'm sorry, cable's a public service at this point.
Basically.
It really is.
The fact that they're still trying to make money is almost laughable.
But they're doing it thanks to political bullshit. Sorry, guys, if I'm getting a little, like into a realm you don't wanna.
Oh no, it's fine. We got fucked.
I was addressing the chat. I didn't think you two had any grievance with it.
Oh no, I'm saying for the chat too that this is some real bullshit. We streamers could lose our stream depending on how this goes.
Yeah.
This is real shit. This was something that we all should have been totally for. Not.
I mean, I literally fought for it. Like,
oh,
fought against it.
I signed everything that I could.
I was calling senators and shit. I don't fuck around.
And FYI, some of you people are some fucking sheep, let me tell you. Trying to fucking tell me that if we give our internet to the companies to have full control, it's to make internet better? Give me that bullshit. Never once has handing something completely over to a company has done anything good. Ever.
I'll just say this, like, somebody was talking to me saying, you know, they gotta make money too. And I agree with that. But the thing is, they're doing...
they can go fuck themselves. They make billions.
And that's the thing, is they're making so much money already for not taking care of their clients.
They need to make money too.
And it's true. It's true. I mean, like, I'm in a small community where I get fucked because a lot of people are cheap. It's just a simple fact. However, this is not a small corporation. This is a huge... What the fuck? What is a GU-97?
What do you mean?
It's a ship called a GU-97.
I have no fucking clue.
Oh yeah, Kiriko, I've been meaning to tell you, there's some weird fucking ships popping up in the game out of nowhere. I have never seen some of these things before.
Are they in right now?
There was one that I ran into. Do you remember what it was called? It was like a Indelion or something, and it looked fucking weird.
I'm heading over to this thing. I want to find out what the hell it is. It's 5 kilometers away.
Let me pop your stream up in just a
Yeah,
second.
you can see it on his radar. It's some weird, like, we're seeing some weird ships pop in this game.
Like, is this a Thargoid showing up? Like, I don't know.
No, you know a Thargoid.
Yeah.
Oh!
Ship in...
Fucker ran into me.
I'm loading up Elite now.
Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to piss you off. I'm sure I did.
Oh, okay. So that's a fighter ship.
Okay.
It's a ship that comes out of bigger ships.
Oh, alright.
I just had to see it on your radar really quick.
Do they come in multiple models?
Yeah, they come in multiple models.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because before I was like, wait, are there new ships that I'm just not aware of?
Yeah, I could go grab, if I had the money, I could go buy a keelback, and I could just put a fighter bay in it, and I could show you the glory. They are so fast.
So is it possible to blow up a space station in Elite Dangerous?
You know, it's highly debated. Nobody has gotten a group together big enough to try
I would love to see it happen.
quite yet. Rename stream. So you guys are out in the same sector fighting, right?
Well, I mean, he's there. I'm still trying to get the game up.
Okay.
Target shields
I was gonna say, because if you're out there, then
Target shields offline.
you should be in a fucking wing.
Incoming
Wait, you're not
missile. Chaff it.
Nope. Point defense.
Yeah.
Well, too late. Doesn't matter. I don't have a point defense, so I use some chaff, and that's that.
I mean, you also have barrel roll.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
maybe it could.
Missiles, from what I'm used to, like missiles are like you're locked. You're locked. That's you need.
Actually, if you're quick enough and can actually lock on them, and you have a gimbaled weapon, you can blow them out of the sky.
Well, this guy didn't hit me, so.
Oh, I was watching your stream. He fucking hit you.
Oh, did
Yeah,
he?
you got your shield.
Oh well.
Yeah, just hit your shield.
Okay, so just no big deal then.
Yeah, no, that's why shields are awesome. Shields are fucking
Under
awesome.
attack.
Last night, 2D and I were discussing how, like, oh no, please don't let me be in trouble. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to hit you. There's chaff.
Oh,
Everything is awesome.
wait, are you in your own pirate
Target destroyed.
group engineer, or are you in 2Ds?
I'm in 2Ds.
Everything is cool when you're part of
So
a
am I,
team.
and it says you're not.
Oi.
Hold on, let me drop back out, I guess.
Qua?
Yeah, how about that? You should have just got an invite.
Everything is awesome.
I had already dropped out. Hold on.
Okay.
Live in a dream.
But yeah, oh, Prisemo 1232. Fighters are fast. Best choice when you're low above a canyon. I wouldn't know, but thanks. I will keep that in mind.
Yes, one of the cool things to do with explorer ships is to go like into space or go places and pick up. I sent you a wing invite.
Oh, you sent me an invite. Okay, yes. Boop.
Also, good news for you.
What?
I'm already here.
Okay, cool.
Hey.
I logged out in the asteroid field yesterday.
Oh,
Well, I mean, came in handy, so. Armor foul. Anyways, in private, you can get.
The Fatherlands is on the way, sir. Just hold tight, and I shall back you up.
I'm gonna need help with this sidewinder.
Oh, you will need all of the help, sir. I am on my way. My multi-cannons and plasma accelerator have been deployed. I have the target in my sights.
We have sights on them, sir.
I shall be commencing the fuck you strike soon.
Pulse attack.
We are commencing the fuck you strike, sir.
Are you sure that's not against me?
We are sure it is not to get you, sir.
No. I thought about shooting you, but like,
Target shields offline.
I thought you were gonna take that in a completely different direction. I'm glad you did it because it would have been weird. You're weird.
Target destroyed.
That was almost not worth it.
Do I need to do anything before I leave Skorsky Station?
But yeah, Food Wars is definitely worth
Listen to
checking
me.
out. Oh, nice flyby, dude.
I want to see it on your stream.
You should see some of the ones that 2D and I had last night.
Pretty boss.
Oh, we got.
Excuse me, sir. I would like to know if you would like to go out for dinner sometime. No? Well, fuck you then. Nothing like starting with a plasma accelerator in his face.
That'll do it.
You didn't need those shields, sir. Also, I'm pretty sure that this person is some, like, relative of Oprah Winfrey.
Ha! Buddy.
CP Winfrey. Well, guess what? You get a plasma accelerator.
Everybody gets plasma accelerators!
I didn't expect this, said the asked explorer to the fer-de-lance.
Bees! Everybody gets bees! Have you seen that?
Oh, Jesus.
Target destroyed.
Oh, but I'm curious now.
It's just somebody
Oh, for
took
fuck's sake! Hang on, sorry.
a gif of Oprah just like going nuts, but it's like everybody gets bees, and the audience just like sobbing, and her dancing across the stage, and this dude like covering his face and dropping to his knees. How well it matches up is awful and hilarious.
Everyone gets bees. Fuck you and your bees. Fuck you and your bees. There's a federal gunship over here. I'm pretty sure that it's about to be. It's wanted. Oh, there's a
Okay.
fight to brewing.
Pulling around your way.
You gotta crush him like a worm.
I have shots on him.
Roger that.
He
Get
has
him.
shots on me.
Oh, that's him. Okay. He's chaffing.
Nope, I don't want to request docking. I want to go to where my friends are getting killed.
Target shields offline.
I need to go save my friends.
Wait a second. What the fuck is going on? Hold on. I'm getting hit by another ship and I don't know why.
I think that fighter. Because as
Oh,
I
is it a
Don't tell me
fighter?
what I need to do.
that fighter that I was looking at earlier, he was when you started firing on the gunship. What? Oh no! I'm in a bad time. Okay, chaff it.
There's 2 federal gunships. And we are
Oh,
engaged with both. You engaged the wrong one. Shit.
I engaged the one you had locked.
Target cargo dropped.
Ooh, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow.
Ow, 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 ow.
I'm gonna die.
Please don't. Get
I'm
away. Just fly the fuck away.
I'm trying not.
It's okay, I'm coming to rescue you. Maybe. I'll be honest, you shouldn't leave your lives in my
Target
hands.
destroyed.
Okay, let's get out. I'm pretty fucked up too.
Not as bad as me.
No, maybe not, but I'm pretty fucked up still. My FSD is fucked.
Shields online.
My shield is actually fucked.
Charging.
Okay, bouncing
Anyways,
out.
I'm running back to the station to go refuel reload anyway.
I think I see.
Sorry, Prismo. We're just gonna be on like maybe at least for me an hour more. It's a little
I'm probably
late
not
at
gonna
this
be on
point.
for too much longer myself. I'm getting kind of tired. I do have to work tomorrow, and like I fucked up and almost didn't wake up in time for work this morning.
Whoa.
That would have been lovely. Like I woke up at 9:45 and had to quickly call an Uber to get me the fuck to work.
Damn.
Luckily, I preload my Uber with emergency Uber mode. So
With emergency what?
I see you guys are leaving. Bye!
Later.
Uber, emergency Uber funds.
Oh, right, when you keep like 17 bucks off to the side for just in cases.
50. I put $50 into my Uber. Like I just have $50 in credit in my Uber just in case.
Oh, nice. That
So,
was pretty good.
2D,
Yeah?
Far Cry 5 now has a shovel gun.
Oh, wait, what?
It shoots shovels?
A bazooka that shoots shovels.
Why do I feel like my story's gotten around? I think I became the Shovel Knight.
Okay, so there's, I guess in Far Cry 5 you can pin people to trees with shovels.
Oh my god.
Like, if it wasn't a buggy mess...
Well, that's one of the things that makes it hilarious, is like, one of the glitches that came up was somebody like skewered a dude with a shovel, and the shovel wanted to impale him so bad and pin him to a
it is 1
tree.
o'clock. I'm probably gonna go to bed here in a minute. I
Oh,
realized it was already so late.
sorry, dude.
What time is it?
It's
1.
1 a.m.
Oh, damn. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, at least another hour, maybe.
I'm going on for an hour, but
I will definitely be playing Elite Dangerous tomorrow night because the community goal is up in the next couple of days. And I want to get as much in as I can to get as much money as I can so that I can try to get my trading ship and be able to keep my Fer-de-Lance. I may keep my Fer-de-Lance here in Vadimo because this is a really great, like, hub. Well, I take
is
that
a
back.
really
The
good
station
hub.
here kind of sucks.
Well, I mean, as far as buying things,
Well, and
Like-
so what I want to do is I want to find a place that we can do bounties where the station is around the planet that we're doing bounties on, so we don't have to go that far to repair.
it has good stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't keep trying to shovel me a fucking dumpster fire worth of inventory.
but
Asteroids. Space
Kir-
rock.
Kiriko, at least check out Food Wars. Like if
I
you
will.
if you talk about something that's a feel good, I mean, it starts off a little bit weird and a little bit pervy, which for some people is okay. Others have an issue. I have a
It's
feeling.
anime fan service. What do you want?
I have a feeling
My
going
dick
going
suck?
going off of your comments, it won't bother you. But it's I mean it's all about cooking and food, and it's that sounds boring, but the way they put it together is really intelligent, and the story is exceptional.
This isn't going to turn out to be one of those ones where it's like the basketball anime where everybody talks it up, says it's really good, and it's really just like 90 minutes of watching the Trailblazers play.
No, like well, for one, they actually break down what they're talking about as far as like culinary arts go, which is kind of nifty. If you're paying attention to what's going on, you can understand what's happening.
I said, hey, what's going on? Sorry, go on.
It's okay, I understand. But the other thing is,
Access permitted. Set course for landing pad 3-1.
stand by trying to dock. Docking not bad. Docking drunk, nah. I mean, I did really well that one time, but parking in somebody else's space is a no-no. So let's not do that again.
Notice to all vessels. Please beware. Heavy
I
traffic
gave
reported in the
Albert
area.
the permission that he wanted to actually check my cargo hold. I think he's going to die. Him and his vulture.
The big thing about it is, like, you have characters that they seem interesting. And you go like, yeah, I'd like to know more about that character.
Maintain your approach, Commander.
And
Ground services are
they
ready
reach
and waiting
they
for
reach a
your
point
arrival.
where, like, it's things get friendly. Oh, I'm passing it. Shit. And most, I mean, like, you have some actual villains in the series, but most of the characters are not bad. They're just interesting. And once they start reaching a point where you actually want to deal with them,
Landing gear deployed.
everybody reaches a point of, like, you know, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It's all about just, like, everybody growing as a whole and taking on whatever challenges are thrown at them. It's I mean, that sounds all really like warm and fuzzy at first, and to a certain extent it is, but it's still done really well. I don't know how to put it, honestly. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
I'm currently at a 7 mil reward, back down to 50%. There's 1 day, 6 hours, so 24 hours. So it ends tomorrow, the day after at like 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh shit, I hit launch. God damn it. I'm a fucking moron.
Alright, with that, I think this is where we ended out, Commanders, and whoever else has joined me during this stream, whoever else has shown up or hanging out, we'll take a moment to circle the SKW Hails Ma. SKW, of course, being short for the Scallywags.
I still think it should have been rum, but, you know.
You can put whatever the fuck you want on your ship. I'm going with SKW.
Okay.
You want to put rum on your ship? Well, enjoy your fire.
Imperial Flight Operations Bureau now signing off. Landing permission refused.
That-
Kindly resubmit within range.
Oh no, honey. Didn't know I was behind him. Boo. I'm sorry. No, he thinks he's attacking me. There's a difference, Lydia. Oh, no, I was under attack. I died.
What? Really?
Why didn't you tell me faster, Lydia? My ship's AI's name is Lydia. It was just the first name that came to my head.
God damn it. Alright, guys, I'm out.
Alright, take care, dude.
Adios, amigo. Muchacho. Bandito.
Hey, Amiga has a pretty good reputation. I would take it as a compliment.
What?
Well, you said Amiga, and then you corrected to Amigo, but I said, like, Amiga has a pretty good reputation. You know, the game console?
Oh, right. I'm gonna step out real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, and actually I'm going to have to go and hit the bathroom for just a moment after this.
Perfect. I know my ass is gonna be right back at Sikorsky Station. At Scar Station.
Sikorsky.
Sigourney Weaver Station.
Yeah.
Skarsky. Oh, never mind. I'm at Lewis Holdings because fuck my life. All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, 2D made the bad. Where am I at? Top 50. Okay, that's fine. Oh, pardon me. So yeah, same thing. Bathroom break. I will return in a moment. And sorry, Prismo. Would like, but like I said, we're kind of reaching the end of the evening at this point, and I'm a little drunk, and I don't think it would be a good time. There's too much risk here for me getting somebody blowed up. I mean, the rest of the group here, it's all good, but drawing anybody in. With that, I will return.
Feed me, Seymour. Hello, everybody, in Engineer Diesel's chat. Hello and salutations.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, B?
Landing restraints retracted. You are clear for departure.
Landing gear retracted.
You are now clear of the station. Flight Operations Bureau wish you a safe onward journey.
Existing. That's a
What?
thing. Oh. B responded to you saying
Oh.
existing.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2,
Yep.
engage.
I feel you there, B. I feel you there. People ask at work all the time, "Hey, Chidi, how you doing today?" And usually my answer is, "Well, you know, I woke up breathing again." That's really all I got.
Not dead yet.
What?
Another comment from Squeakbee.
Oh. My god, that actually picked the right random extraction point. Oh god. Why don't I pick the right stuff, like, when it matters in life?
That is one of the big questions.
Like, oh hey, I picked the fucking perfect random answer in a video game, but goddamn if I can have that kind of luck in real life.
Thankfully, tomorrow morning my first meeting is at 10:30, so I can kind of
Fart around a little bit.
yeah.
I feel you. It was supposed to be my Saturday. I ended up working today because they needed me. But I'll be goddamned if people need me and I don't show up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that keeps me going, like owning my own business. You know, is somebody going, "I need your help." It's like, well, you know, it's just me, so if somebody seriously needs a hand with something and I'm not there, then they're fucked. So if it weren't for that, I would have taken the money I got and started my own business ventures already, because I'm so fucking sick of being underappreciated by, well, most of my clients and not earning what I'm worth.
Damn. Well, I mean, given the area you're in.
It's a thing. I get it. I'm trying to slow down, but gravity, you're doing your thing, so...
Hull integrity.
Right, it says slow down, but it doesn't actually let you slow down.
Well, I guess I'll fly up and then just jump again, because I'm 85 kilometers from the spot and I don't want to fly that long. I'm sorry for any tension I may have caused earlier. Yeah, I'm just trying to... Well, you know, my... Prismo says it does slow down, just not fast enough. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
With the incident, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's good.
Okay, okay. Because, like, I'm generally known as kind of like the mother hen type. I
I get that. It's fine.
I get concerned. I start looking out for, everybody, and yeah.
No, everything's cool.
All right, all right. There we go. That's better. That's where I want to be. Very good. Deploy hard points. Where are you at?
We're going down. Looks like there's some bullshit that's getting ready to start over here.
Well, there's you.
Scan detected.
Okay, I've got eyes on an adder.
Yeah, engage.
Steve Bolton. Roger that. Whoa! So glad I didn't fire on that. Authorities coming in.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
Yes, thank you, Lydia. I know I am under attack.
Target destroyed.
I got credits for that, so that's cool.
Yeah, not bad.
Man, by the time this is done, I'm gonna need to put a compilation video together of all like my crazy flybys. Got an eagle
Oh, where?
on my mark.
I'm looking for your mark. Oh, yeah.
Target shields offline.
Sorry, buddy. You're gonna have a bad time.
Target destroyed.
Boy, that was almost not worth it.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it was in the end. It was little time versus, the payout, but still. Oh.
I got mark on a scout.
Wave Dodger. Ah! Fuck! Lucky me, I'm not wanted with that shit. Wow. That's a win.
Target destroyed.
Oh, that must have been a nice flyby. Passing it right as it pops.
Oh shit.
Well, in the distance, we want to head there.
What? Oh, yeah.
Imperial Eagle.
Target destroyed.
Never mind.
I got it. As they do.
Is it just me, or does it seem really dead?
It's really dead.
Scan detected.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the party. I'm counting 3 ships heading in.
Okay.
That could be eating.
2-person wing. We've got an eagle and another eagle. Robert Waldman. Alright, just wait for somebody to open fire. Oh, you're going up there, okay.
There's also a pier. I just saw this.
Yeah. Got your target marked. Closing distance. trying to close distance. Closing too much distance. God damn it. Well, that's one I'm not getting.
Target destroyed.
It wasn't worth very much anyways.
Oh, we're gonna have a mess here. Did you... Oh, okay.
Hey cops, he's picking on me.
You bait him. You be that decoy.
Oh, and he shot the ship. And he fucked himself. See how that works?
I do, in fact, see how that works.
Every time. Now I collect.
Under attack.
Under attack? What?
Target destroyed.
Alright, following your mark.
Hey guys, he's picking on me. And his ship. Poor guy.
Ugh. So much chaff.
I know.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Payout for that. Cool. Cool.
Better than most I've been getting so far out here. It's going to go down up here. Oh my god.
Brr. Imperial Courier, Wing of 3.
Target cargo dropped. Target destroyed.
That'll do.
Nope. Wait, what'd you ask?
I wasn't asking anything, I was just commenting. Okay.
Buddy, I don't know how to tell you this, but
Target
I'm about
cargo
ready to
dropped.
fuck you.
Target destroyed.
Oh, yep. And it happened. Just like I said, it's like I'm psychic or something. Alright. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Fucking mining lasers. Oh, nope, there we go.
Mr. Moribund, yep. Trying to get there in time. Trying so hard. That was maybe a bit overzealous. that was a smooth drift.
Target destroyed.
Okay, could have been a better payout, but that was easy, and man, that was a nice nice turnaround. Ugh.
Scan detected.
Oh shit, you got a mark?
I'm currently baiting. Baiting successful.
Target shields offline.
Once I found out that I could do this, getting people to get to the cops became so much easier.
That's it. That's the thing. 2D is professional decoy.
Professional rabbit.
Just keep in mind, you know what they say, right?
What? Don't wash water shit down? You like rabbits?
A good decoy can lure the enemy. A great decoy can live to do it again.
Alright, I'll take it. And I've done it how many times by now? I am the greatest decoy.
Target destroyed.
Except for those times when I wasn't.
Everybody has their moments, good or bad. It's okay. Jamie Fryer.
Like that one time I came in to save you, so I baited him.
Yeah, yeah.
And I lost close to 3 mil. It was pretty heartbreaking, but I accepted it for the cause that it was for.
I've got a mark on a Viper Mark IV.
Oh, hang on, let me find it. Oh, got him. Moving in, and
Oh, we're live.
bonk.
Bonk. A bonk on the head. You played TF2?
And baited.
Have you played TF2? (2D)
What? TFD? Oh, yeah.
Target destroyed.
Payout. Nice.
Yes, I have.
Okay. I just had to say, like, whenever I watched the video for, like, Meet the Characters, as soon as I saw the scout, that was always like, oh yeah, that's 2D.
That's usually who I was. I was really fucking good at killing people, though, as the scout, so that's where that came in handy. Fuck, I am under attack.
Target destroyed.
Proof.
Oh, you're out.
What?
Oh, it said you went into deep space.
No.
Oh, never mind. You were targeting deep space. Take that back.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
See your mark.
Oh,
Target shields offline.
Getting there ASAP.
Target destroyed.
Oh, I got a cut of that. That's alright.
yeah, that wasn't too bad. Here's the problem with being really good at your job. Eventually run out of shit to do.
Yeah. You kill all the ships, and then there are no ships left to kill.
Detected.
I'm so good of a bounty hunter, I keep running out of fucking bounties.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Oh, I see that party.
Yeah.
Don't know if I'm gonna get there in
Hard to
time.
survive right now. I am trying very hard to survive right now. Things are maybe a little grim, but I made it. That's my ass.
Come on, come on. Oh no, I'm not getting that kill. He's done. He's done.
Target destroyed.
Cobra Mark 4 is wanted. Engage. Cornholio.
Target
Fuck.
destroyed.
Way to go, officer. Way to go. Yeah, the last guy we took down, the Mark IV, he was a
Oh my
Cornholio.
Oh, Jesus Christ, the names in this game.
I think my favorite is still Jolly Pickle Pants.
Jolly Pickle Pants was pretty awesome. That was a Rick and Morty character for sure.
Yeah, that's one that's literally like, dude, I'm sorry you have to go, but I need this payout. A Pickle Rick!
We got to finally try some of that Szechuan sauce.
What do you think?
I mean, it's basically their teriyaki sauce just with soy sauce added.
That's a disappointment.
I mean, that's for real what it just tastes like.
Well, because you have Szechuan peppers, which are actually not peppers at all. They're, technically, they're very, very tiny citrus fruit.
I shan't have the faintest clue.
Well, do you like oranges?
I
You're gonna need to raise your voice just a little bit over my engines.
said I love oranges.
Okay, so have you ever just bitten into an orange?
Oh no. So, I think I'm dying.
What the fuck you do?
I don't know, some motherfucker targeted me out of nowhere and just started cloning in. This was not from baiting.
Target destroyed.
You know what? Hoshi there probably had a buddy in his wing. All the authorities are targeting them now. How you holding up?
Okay, a little bit better.
Nah, it was probably him
I am
then.
gonna need to leave.
Target destroyed.
Poof. Alright. Alright, you do your thing. I'm gonna see if I can, like, maybe squeeze one more out of this. I mean, I'm at full shields, 99% hull.
I say practice your baiting technique. It
Yeah,
comes in handy, and it makes that shit go by a lot quicker.
that's true.
You don't have to sit there and wait for them to run into each other. You could just sit there and get them to run into each other. You just have to line up your shot and shoot at them, so then they turn red, hit them a whole bunch of times, and then make sure you can get right to a.
I don't need to do that right now. There's a party going on, and I'm jumping into that shit. Or not. He might just die too fast. Whatever.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Oh, he's clean.
Look at all these stupid good Samaritans.
I see one going on.
I got that shit.
Diamondback Explorer, Triss Arnold.
Yeah, when you're attacking, you're stupid not to attack me. Fucking this shit up. All I have to do is just sit there and keep my laser beam on them.
Oh, yeah, beam cannons?
Yeah.
How are those working for you?
Because it does just like straight hull damage. Yeah, it works pretty well, let me tell you. Oh, got a target. Pissing them off now.
Yep. Roger that. Yep, you baited him like a motherfucker.
Oh god. My pulse lasers are malfunctioning. Oh, I fucked him.
Target destroyed.
Almost 5,000. That's a payout.
Right.
We had a buddy. Let's see if we can find his buddy.
Yeah, I know he had a buddy. I can't find him though.
Hey, buddy.
Oh. Never mind. Not that way. Not that way. Not over there. And there.
You ever see that guy who's just like a huge heavyweight lifter? Whenever he'd get like super excited, just his catchphrase was like, "Yeah, buddy." Oh,
That was back in the day. Wait, who are you? Oh, you're a cop.
don't shoot the authorities.
Thank you.
Oh, I found one.
Right there?
Thomas W. Kimber, sorry.
Target shields offline.
Oh. So we can start a meme on this shit, dude. Bounty hunting and Elite Dangerous. 25% gunfighting, 75% hide and seek.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I see a party going on in the distance. I don't know if that's too far or not. I've got a mark. I don't know if I'll get there in time, but
I legit have to go cash this
Target shields online.
that's fine.
My shit's malfunctioning now, and it's making it very difficult.
I'm gonna like take out this next whatever it is, and then I'm calling it a night. Basically.
Under attack.
Yeah.
Warning. Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
What the fuck? Really? Alright, well, take that, you douche nozzle.
Shields offline.
Oh, hey, I think I baited him.
Good job.
Target destroyed.
I didn't get the points for the kill, but I think I baited him. Yay.
You have to be quick about it. You have to kind of know what it's going to take, and then quickly flip your ass around. Do you know how to quickly bring yourself around?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
Like to whip, like you can whip your back end up and around.
Inform me, please.
Basically, shut off your engine. Press X, point yourself up, and you'll quickly bring yourself around. It's
Okay.
how I turn. It's how I turn fast. I'm constantly sitting here fluxing my thrusters.
Alright,
Because
Frameshift
it's like the
drive
anchor
charging.
the anchor trick with the ship.
Ready to
You know, go
engage.
really fast, drop the anchor, bring the
Rudder
sails
around.
down, and it brings it a quick, sharp turn. Yeah, kind of the same idea. Just quickly shut off the ship and then flip, and it actually works a lot better.
That-
What was that?
Oh, that's actually what I've been doing. I just didn't know that was the thing.
There is also using RNF, which I do that as well. know,
Like
makes it
strafe
go
up and down, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you just start pointing yourself down, and your ship will kind of flip on itself. Yeah, those are really the two ones I figured out so far that really work.
Squeakbee says Tootie likes to whip. He likes to nay-nay.
Yes. I have nothing to say back to that. It was awesome.
So I know I've brought this up before a little bit, but to anybody in stream, I'm sorry. Tootie, you do not know about Homestuck, do you?
About what?
Homestuck?
I'm not sure.
You don't, because if you did, then you would know. I bring it up because, and I'm going to throw a bunch of references in here that, like, you will understand. Anybody who's watching probably will not. Well, maybe a little bit. So, you know how you made that one comment about Doctor Who? Like, Doctor Who
About
felt... Doctor Who
keep
was like
going.
a...
Sorry, you cut out.
It's okay. Doctor Who, to you, is like this big, weird sort of in-joke between a certain crowd. I think you said, is that correct?
A big in-joke to a certain... Oh, you mean like... You can kind of...
Certain references and things that would get thrown out.
Yes.
And, like, if somebody doesn't know, they're just, like, fucking lost. But then if they do, it's like, oh, that's the thing! Yeah. So that's kind of like that, except like Doctor Who... it's like a Doctor Who within Doctor Who. Like, it's more of a niche in-group, in-reference. with even more time shenanigans in a more refined space. So, you know how Doctor Who, the TARDIS, is bigger on the inside? It's like a TARDIS inside a TARDIS.
It's smaller on the inside?
No, it's bigger on the inside, but it's TARDIS inside a TARDIS. It's already like everything that Doctor Who is, and this is a webcomic, to be clear. It's not a show, it's a webcomic, but the complexity of it and the different levels of care taken into building this damn thing are literally like what Doctor Who is, or was, depending upon what you're watching, what season. Oh, ship, stop accelerating. We don't need that shit. No. I just figured I'd mention it because it's it's a big thing to me, and because I dig that sort of shit. Like, it goes beyond time shenanigans. I mean, like, time shenanigans that would make Doctor Who's head spin, but it alternate realities and multiverse and like, and it isn't just one of these things where like, oh, it's a plot convenience. It's just a thing. It's like, this is the story. Like, all of this revolves around this shit, and it is so complex. It's fucking crazy, and that's why I love it.
That's always good. I generally like time travel stuff, but I haven't had really time to keep up on any kind of like webcomic.
This is the Imperial Flight
Unfortunately.
Operations Bureau. Please follow established docking procedures.
I even stopped reading. I used to like Penny Arcade, but then that one just kind of got eh.
Request denied. Your ship
It's
is
been-
out of range.
It's been getting stale for a while, honestly. To me, anyway.
It's not funny anymore, and it's not really commentary anymore. It's just kind of eh. It turned into its own thing, and its own thing is not that great.
Permission granted. Please land on designated pad number 43.
I mean, yeah, before it was it had something to tap into with gamers and gamer culture and shit like that. But where it's at now, yeah,
Back up on it recently. I don't even know what it's doing anymore.
not in a while, honestly. Like,
Please continue on your current heading, Commander.
And then, I mean, I still keep up with Cyanide and Happiness.
I haven't read the comics in a while, but I'll watch their YouTube videos.
I generally like their comics because they're quick and they're funny.
Who the fuck is sending me
Elaborate.
text messages at this hour?
Holy shit.
Oh, fucking. Oh, sorry, dude. Didn't mean to block the port. Bleh.
Huh?
Oh, I stopped for a second to check my text message, and this AI ship comes in over my head, just brrrr, just like, dude, you're in my fucking way. I'll just blow around you. It's one of those things like, all right, I fucked up. Sorry.
Landing gear deployed.
So do you think we'll actually end up restarting the clock once
Docking procedure complete.
we start to
Systems offline.
hit interstellar
We trust
space?
this facility will serve you well,
Hold on.
Commander.
Restarting what?
Restarting the
Hull
clock.
repaired.
You know, bringing us into a new age.
You know, no leaving AD and starting back at 1.
Oh.
Because I always thought that would probably be the next step. Like the second when we invent hyperspace will probably be the time when we reset that clock.
I think that would be a good idea.
Or
But-
at least like our first inhabited planet that's not Earth?
I think it would be wise, but I don't think it'll happen because people are dumb. It's the same concept as
it has to happen at some point.
You know, you have this move to split California into, I mean, like, there's been the movement to cut California in half before, right? And now you even have a movement to cut it into 3 pieces, like Northern, Central, and Southern California.
Jesus Christ.
And it's not going to happen because it's been 50 states for so long, that's what everybody knows, and they don't want to fucking change it. Even though it would make sense, they aren't going to do it. Because,
It'd be stupid.
well, no, not really. I mean, splitting it up, there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, it goes and changes industry the way it should. Like, California is huge, and it also is a mess because you have different, like, political parties and economic states and things that are constantly at war with each other within the state. It's a shit fest.
Okay, that is true.
And going and breaking it into these different parties. I mean, like, so much of Southern California takes water from Northern because, like, well, we need it. We'll just do it. And they go, okay, and hand it over. Like, no. Your place should be paying for it, not just saying, like, this is part of the deal. If you're passing it across state lines, though, now you have separate governments that you can say, like, you know, we can treat this as a commodity instead of just a resource. Squeakby says, what about Puerto Rico? 50 is a nice solid number and people like it. And that's basically what it boils down to is, like, yeah, it's a solid number. That's what everybody knows. And, you know, you have so many, like, sub-whatevers that are part of the U.S., but not really. It's weird.
Like Alaska and Hawaii.
No. They're official states. But, like, Puerto Rico at this point is, like, it's not part of the U.S. It is officially a...
Oh, you're talking about those, yeah, like Puerto Rico or Guantanamo.
Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they're basically a U.S. state.
They're U.S. territories. That's what they
it,
are.
yes.
Territories.
And it's like, well, why don't we just make them states? And it's this weird in-between.
Because they have their own governments, so we can't do that.
Well, for now, but they're still considered U.S. territories, and it is this weird sort of unrest. But, I mean, like, they want to be U.S. states, and the biggest holdup is, like, why not? Well, because we have 50. Isn't that enough? It's like, fucking, are you crazy? It's just a number. It's just a number. It doesn't matter. And
I think on that one, it falls more on. I mean, if you know the history of Puerto Rico and what we've done to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a whole nother story there.
We fucked them up.
But
at least the companies of America did, but we allowed it. Like, that's what happened.
Yes, and I agree on that. But that's, I mean, like, then you have the whole thing with California. For years, California's been wanting to, like, you know, should we get cut in 2? Should we get cut in 3? Or now it's should we get cut in 3? And the whole reason it's not happening is because, again, 50 states, nice round number, that's what everybody knows. It's stupid. And this mentality, I feel, when we enter another world or we achieve, you know, super space travel or whatever, will we start off with, you know, AE year 1? No, probably not, because everybody knows whatever year AD. It's stupid, but so many people are locked into the way things are, they don't want to change it.
I mean, we did it before.
Yeah, but that was...
And it was around the time when the whole thing was a little new.
It was also a big shift and a bunch of unrest. And honest,
it's probably going to be something that'll happen. It'll make sense at the time because we'll be in a different place in humanity at that point.
I hope so.
I mean, we're not gonna be alive. We're not gonna be alive to see this changeover. Like, this is something that's gonna be way in the future.
Yeah.
Like, this is when I'm thinking that switchover will come when we are, like we are legit doing what we are doing right now.
Squeak B says, Alex, haven't you heard change is different and scary, and that makes it bad. But yeah,
I think this change will come over when stuff is a little bit, because it would be our next step. We tend to change it on every big step.
we should, but that's the thing.
I mean,
It's like
except for like some of the ages there, which was weird.
I think
EC.
the big thing is going to be like hyperspace. No, I don't think that's going to do it. But when we settle another planet, and we start up a colony there, and you have, America 2, where everybody goes, fuck this shit, we don't want to deal with your garbage, and, tries to cut off ties to the homeworld. That's when you're going to see that clock reset. That sort of a thing. It's a lot easier during unrest and a point of separation than it is when everything is stable. Because, again, people are just dumb like that. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
And Squeak B, yes, America the sequel. I'm drawing dumb analogies here, but like the concept of, like we're gonna settle a planet out there, and I see it being the same fucking thing where we want to
just be planetary at this point.
Huh?
So it'll just be planetary at this point. You'll have people on one planet hating people on another planet.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Star Wars, and then I will actually get to fucking maybe fly a starfighter in a next life.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, that's what I wanted to do as a kid. Do you know how pissed I was when I started to get older and I realized exactly how horrible our space program is?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
we have all of these concepts, all of these world-changing concepts, but not the money to make them a reality. That makes me sad.
Well, it's, I was at first I was a young child and I had all these things I wanted to do, and I went, okay, these are cool. And then I went, magic is not a thing. Okay, what's the next best bet? Science. All right, so I'll start working on that. And then, even after that, I started hitting this point of like, yeah, some of the shit isn't happening.
I mean, it's sad. It's like we're in the age right now where I think we're starting to think broader, but we just don't know how to get to where we want it to go.
Yeah.
Like, I think we are in the age that will be remembered in history books as the age that came up with a lot of this weird shit.
Well, one of the things that is like,
because I don't know if you've seen it. Did you know there's a prototype draft of a hyperspace engine?
It depends on which one, honestly.
There's one. That, as far as I know, there's one official one that NASA is actually looking at. And they have been for a couple years now. And that makes me so excited.
Squeaky says, aren't a bunch of East Coast towns just English rehash names? But you look at the Revolution, they got sick of their home and land dealings too. Well, it's
like Plymouth. There's Plymouth Rock, and they sailed from Plymouth, England. So
yeah. The big thing, or the simplest answer for like hyperspace travel is gravitons. Simply put, because you have to, if you're going to build an engine, the engine has to be able to. You can never travel any faster than the engine can shoot out its expulsion, right? So that means to have an engine that approaches the speed of light, the end result, after step-ups and step-ups and step-ups and gear-ups and gear-ups of different things, the engine would just
they're doing the full thing. We're not... it's the folding theory, not the.
I'm getting there. I'm actually getting there, and I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was the light year theory, and I was like, no, it's not like light speed. I think it's already been proven that ships would fucking tear apart.
No, even if they could, even if they were made like, because you can always accelerate gently enough that they won't tear apart. The thing is, like, in order to get up to that speed, the engine would literally be a giant flashlight on the back throwing out photons and hoping you get close to the speed of light. And even then you have years to travel between galaxies, right? Which is not a fucking option. It doesn't work that way. But the thing is, like, you have the horse in front of the cart theory, right? The thing is, like, you put the cart in front of the horse can push the cart, and it's dumb, but it could work, which is the way an engine is. But if you put the cart in front of the horse, but if you put the horse in front of the cart, it pulls your load, and that actually ends up working better, which for most engines is kind of stupid, but in this case it would function. If we can isolate gravitons, which of course are still theoretical, but there's a good chance they could be a thing. If you can isolate gravitons, then what you can do is you can fire concentrated pulses of gravitons in front of a ship, and this creates miniature black holes that only exist for a fraction of a second at a time. And the thing is, you might have a limit to how much you can propel something, but in space you don't have a limit to how fast something can fall. So by doing this, you continually generate this tiny black hole in front of the ship, literally like the horse and carrot theory, right? Where it keeps getting pulled forward and then pulled forward and then pulled forward, and literally no limit to how fast it can fall. On top of that, space goes and warps around whatever you're generating this gravitational field. So quite literally, the same way you have the frame shift drive in this game, you could have that in space. It's just a matter of narrowing down that one thing, the gravitons. Once you have that, if you put a giant ship, which at this point it would have to be a large one, with a hadron collider that can isolate gravitons, assuming everything that's being talked about is correct, then you would have a thing. And it would still take time to travel from place to place, literally the way we are playing it in the game with the frame shift and the jumps between different systems, but the concept is basically the same.
I understand that. Back to the time restart, though. What do you think would be considered after Earth? I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be called.
Wait, what?
Oh, I said what do you think will be our what do you think would be considered after Earth? If it's called after Earth, I think it will be.
I think that's a good addendum, suffix, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. IG, intergalactic.
I mean, it could be. Usually it's a, before or after thing. Kind of marks that point. You know what I mean?
Squeakbee says, so future colonies will probably be powered by black holes? Wow. And IRF. IRF is their vote. F makes it edgy. So IRF for Earth After? I don't know.
Or I don't know if it would be like an after Earth, because that implies Earth like is no longer. I mean, which very well could be the case by that point.
Well,
let's be for real here.
Again, it could be intergalactic. I
mean, that may be the thing that pushes us off. Climate change goes to crazy. We end up sucking the Earth of everything that it's worth. Things go to hell. So then we decide, fuck it.
Dude, that is actually like one of the things that terrifies me right now. Like, if you look at how much climate change has affected things within the past 100 years, just the past 100 years.
Dude, I can tell you right now where I'm at. Everybody, there were people who didn't believe in this stuff, and now they do.
Yeah, and
We had a winter where nothing happened. Period. Nothing. We didn't get snow. We got a little bit of rain, but it stayed hot it stayed pretty warm all winter.
same fucking thing
It
here,
was
dude.
easily in like the 40s, 50s. It was like, this is not ever a thing. Like everybody, the people who have lived there their entire lives were just like, that's never happened.
And that's the thing that's crazy to me is like same thing here, but you still have these like closed-minded people that are going like, "Oh, it's just a
It's
warm
a Chinese
winter."
hoax.
Well, they'll say
No,
it's a
people-
warm winter, like, "Oh, big deal." I'm going, you know that
Haven't
we
you
haven't had a
figured it
good
out?
snow for the past 8 years, like almost a decade. That's to me, that's fucking terrifying.
It's because ignorance, man.
Yeah.
And just some people don't want to face the fact that they are that powerless.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
It's like you're fucking up and you are looking at a blink existence, and some people just don't even want to accept that fact.
that's true. And I get that it's scary, but the thing is, like, the sooner you look at it, the sooner you can at least try to do something, even if it's minor.
I mean, it's just a human function. It's the same reason why religion's a thing. People have a hard time accepting the fact that maybe there's fucking nothing at all when you die.
Same reason why people stay in bad relationships.
Yes, the reason why people stay in bad relationships, because maybe they'll be better.
But I mean, that's the thing is,
But,
like, you know, I've been down that road too. And after you've done that a couple of times, you realize the sooner you go, like, all right, I'm fucking up. This is a bad course. You go, you know what? I can change this fucking course.
You'd be surprised how many people don't fucking do that, dude.
No,
I have
I'm
been
not
trying
surprised. I'm not
my
surprised.
entire life to be that person to at least go, hey, I know you're probably not going to say this thing to yourself. So, I mean, dude, you've known me for a really long fucking time. I've always been that motherfucker. To be like, hey, you're really sucking at this right now.
There's also
Let's work on this a little bit. And I'll at least go, without telling you what you're doing or what to do, I just bring up a list of suggestions to get you out of the hole. And I leave it entirely up to the person themselves out of the hole. And nobody ever does.
It depends, because, like, I've had delivery matters a lot, and it's one of those things that's tricky. You need to have somebody who is open and intelligent to the matter, because if they aren't, you're just wasting your time. Then you have to figure.
But no, that's half the fun. Because if they're intelligent to the matter, they're listening to you.
That's what you'd think, but not always. Because let's face it, certain things like, let's say, bad relationships, love makes people stupid. You know.
People get. This is why I stopped loving. Have you noticed all the hate that reeks off of me now? That's pure hatred, by the way. That is, I fuel off of spite.
I've actually gone past that. I'm in the other direction. It's like, you know, latest season of Doctor Who. Show mercy, always be kind.
No,
And that's
funny enough, Alex, I have grown up to be probably every single one of my rogues. It is the most uncanny. I am serious. I look back on it, I was like, I think I became some of my Dungeons and Dragons characters, only like a lot less rich. Real, I'm morally
ambiguous.
Fuck.
Ambiguous. Yes.
Because I'm chaotic neutral, my friend. That's honestly how I am. I don't really go either or. I just kind of go.
I'm somewhere between neutral good and chaotic good.
Don't be chaotic good. Those people are weird.
Who the fuck are you talking to? Come on. I spent like $1.50 on my friend to take him and his wife up to Reno so he could meet his father. And you know what?
I don't know, would that be considered chaotic good? I think that'd be more considered... It wouldn't be lawful good. That'd be more like a cop
No.
or a judge.
No, because think about all the gambling and the camaraderie and the fucking chaos that we caused while we were there. Like, you know, that's the thing about chaotic good is like that's what makes it nice. Chaotic good says, you know what? I have my morals and I know what's right and wrong, and I see what your laws are. Fuck your laws. I'm gonna do what's right.
All right, then let me throw this out here. Why I've come to become chaotic neutral with a lot of shit. Because I've had to do some pretty terrible fucking shit on my journey in this life. That were very easy decisions to do.
I'm still streaming, dude.
The...
I'm still streaming. If you want me to kill this, like, and we just talk, that's cool.
No, we're good. That's why I'm keeping it vague.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Certain things don't matter too terribly much to me. Like, in all honesty, I've become very much a me and mine person. Like, don't mess with my friends, don't mess with my family. Anything that's... I consider that is a part of me or an extension of me, such as family, friends, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Because generally at that point, a person's life is pretty null in my eyes. Like, I give very little respect to the basic human life, because I don't know. I guess after a while, when you just start kind of like looking at people from a third, you start to kind of go, wow, we're kind of like a virus.
No, I've had some pretty awful thoughts myself. Ones that I actually will not disclose on stream because that's a conversation for another time. That's
all right, dude. A lot of time has passed. Some shit's happened.
But it's still, I mean, like, it's weird. It's weird for me because, like, I try to find peace in myself because there's a lot of stuff that needs that, and that it, like, the biggest, I think, and this is gonna sound weird, I think the biggest plague to humanity is being fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, Alex, I just want to say, I thought for sure that we confirmed, patented, and put away the idea that the Earth was flat.
Yeah, right?
And it fucking came back out of nowhere, and I'm just... What?
And all these other things, like the...
and it is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life.
All these other things, like, you know, oh, the moon landing didn't happen, the Holocaust was a hoax. Do you realize what you're saying? Do you know what proof there is there to say no? I mean, like, we've had some fucking hoaxes, right? Like, I understand that a lot of people get off on this whole fake news thing, but some of the stuff that people are saying, it's like, do you
like I think you're just making shit up now.
It's
I don't know if they're being for real or if they're trolling me. I remember when I first heard about the Flat Earth Society becoming a thing, I had a moment of, I think you're shitting with me.
but
There is no way that at some point there is a group of humans who just fell backwards, I don't know, 2,000 years?
But, like, that's the thing is, you know, you have people that they just, even now, they're clients of mine, right? Older than me by decades. Several decades.
I've lived in the area you're at. I believe that most of that population is just a bunch of... You know what? We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Insert blank here.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, some of these people are supposed to be educated, right? And
Yeah.
there's this one woman. I was cleaning up her computer, and I pull out a can of compressed air, right? So I'm blowing the dust out of her laptop. She goes, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it gets all the dust out. That's nice. What is that?" And I'm like, "It's, a compressed air." She goes, "What?" I go, "Like a compressed gas." And she goes, "Air's a gas." And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I never really did that well in chemistry, so I don't really know what makes a gas or not. So whatever."
Oh, for fuck's
and
sake.
it clicks to me that when she hears gas, she's thinking gasoline. And
Yeah, she's thinking.
I'm going, "Are you fucking?"
You're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
No. And all these people that go like, "You're so smart. How do you know all this?" And I'm like, "This is basic high school curriculum. How do you not know it?" And the simple answer is, most people, from my experience, they and this is going to sound so weird, but like I've seen it so often, I can't see any other solution. They memorize the information they need, or they don't. No, that's incorrect. They don't memorize it. They store the information they need long enough to pass the test, and then they just throw it out. People don't actually memorize the information that's handed to them. And
I mean, to be fair, I took away very little from high school. However, a lot of my knowledge that I've gained has been just from, honestly, me doing my own shit.
yeah, and that's fine.
Me being 19 years old, stoned out of my mind and browsing Wikipedia.
And that's
Like,
fine.
That was how I gained a lot of my knowledge today. Way back when I used to partake. I don't condone drugs, kids. Just say no. Sorry, go on.
No, I mean, like, it doesn't matter how you learn it. And I mean, if we're gonna get into all these different, how do you break up this and that? You can talk about like the way that a curriculum is presented. You can say like people learn hands-on versus, book learning, and even Wikipedia is a little weird about that because you can say like, Wikipedia is still book learning too, but it isn't. It's condensed. It gets to the point. And
I don't have to sit there and read that history if I don't want to. I can just get straight to what the fuck it is.
yeah, and you can dig deeper if you want. I mean, like, everybody can just move at their own pace, which is a big fucking deal. I mean, like, that's the problem, is how you present it and how you make it accessible. But the bottom line is, like, there's a lot of... it horrifies me how many stupid people are out there. There have been all these...
To be fair, you do live in like redneck central.
No, not just here. Like online. The things
I don't even want to. I'm not even talking Facebook politics, my friend.
No, not even politics. Like some of these weird health movements, right? Like, and don't get me wrong, like I love
like the anti-vaxxers.
Okay, I like food, right? Like I don't like food. I'm not a foodie, but my father was having me taste test his dishes when I was 5 fucking years old and asking me.
I remember your dad's cooking. I'll still give him super kudos on that shit.
And you know what's funny is like now that I'm cooking food myself, I'm going like, yeah, he's good, but whatever. Like I was 5. I was fucking 5, and he was asking me how to improve his food. Okay.
Sometimes you need a kid's touch. What would make this taste good?
No, my point is like, you know how sometimes somebody says, if you don't like the taste of something, hold your nose, and you won't taste it. That doesn't work on me. Like my sense of taste is separate from my sense of smell. Like, not entirely. There's still like when I get a cold, my sense of taste is diluted, but it isn't gone, and it's weird. Like stuff. I don't even know how to put it. I'm some weird fucking anomaly. I don't know. Call it whatever you want. My point is, like,
Shit happens in life, man. There's a guy who can't be electrocuted. How rad is that?
Yeah. And a dude who can the same thing but in reverse. He can store electrical impulses in his muscles and do the same thing as an electric eel.
It's like he is a superhero.
Yeah, yeah.
Why didn't I get lucky?
Well,
What did God give you? Scrawny and a bad sense of ego.
well, dude, you got a nice face, and you're very charismatic. No, dude, those two things go really fucking far. I'm not kidding. My point is
Flattered.
I'm speaking truth, dude. Flattery nothing. Oh, hey, side note. Do you ever fucked around with a hookah?
Oh. Yeah. Love hookahs.
You want a
They're hot as
hookah?
hell. I would love a hookah.
What's your favorite liquor?
That's a hard one, dude.
Okay, well,
I
you,
mean,
you think about it. You think
Hard.
about it.
I like hard liquor, but
You think about it, and you look at some of those hookah pictures I posted on my Facebook. And when you figure out what it is, I'll drink a bottle, and then I'll turn it into a hookah for you. And the same thing goes for Kiriko. Okay, that's actually a big big business I wanted to get going. Except nobody wanted to fucking pay me for them, except for Squeakbee. I'm sorry, I know you did, or your father, and I still need to deliver on that. I've been so busy. That was back when I was trying to get that going. That was back when business was slow. Now that it's busy, of course, fucking everything goes to the wayside. Okay, so yeah, you think about that. Let Kiriko know, and what you guys make your choice, and I'll work something up for you. As long as you Squeakbee, I'm gonna get that on the to do. It wasn't much of a sidetrack, but I was so worked up now. I'm just like breathing. I'm going like, where the fuck were we? No, as far as food goes,
stupid people.
yeah. So like, the weird thing here is, okay, so you have all these different like health movements, right? Which have been going back since like the 1700s, if you track them far enough. But the thing is now things are recent enough that people can go and do their own research. It isn't just word of mouth, right? And yet they're still fucking happening. Like, you had the whole thing with like gluten-free, which for some people that helps, but you have a lot of people that started doing it because, oh, the health benefits. And it's like, no, if you don't have a reason to do this.
It's like if you're not allergic to wheat, it serves no benefit.
In fact, it's a detriment if you're not allergic. And then the next thing was coconut oil, right? Like, everybody lost their fucking mind over coconut oil.
Yeah, you need a drum of coconut oil, and apparently you can heal the world.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, coconut oil is good for certain things, especially cognitive function. But for everything else, it's actually really high in fats and is not that great.
I was actually going to say, my son actually relies on the gluten-free thing. Because he has, what's it called?
There are actually a few reasons why somebody might want to go gluten-free. Some of them are the actual allergy. Another one is...
Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit there, dude.
Sorry. You have the actual gluten allergy. But you have other things that tap into it. Like, somebody I know has a type of arthritis where your own immune system attacks your joints. And when they cut gluten out,
that shit.
For whatever reason, gluten goes and affects that. And
that's weird as shit.
Yeah. Is this Alex being drunk? I've been drunk for a while. No, I'm just going on a rant, and like we're just talking at this point. If I don't blame anybody who's in the stream. If you want to check out if something's a little too heavy or a little too weird, don't mind me. I'm sorry. I'm just talking at this point. We're having a little discussion. But the thing is, like, the latest trend that came up like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that, is natural water.
Oh, that's a horrible idea.
Literally, water...
I know what you're talking about. The water that, like, they just gather from, free-running streams.
Yeah, and some of the
and
shit...
I'm like, oh, buddy, do you know why we're so happy that we have filtered water? I have one word for you, buddy. Typhoid.
Yeah, like you have these people that are hunting out these taps in the middle of deserts from just like bare wells that are getting like E. coli and salmonella and these horrible things, and they're going, but it's good for me, and I'm going, no, it fucking isn't.
No,
like,
there's a reason. There's a reason why there are traces of fluoride and stuff in our water. It's because there's shit like that in actual water. People don't understand that there's a whole system as to how come we live so much longer now.
Yeah, I mean, like,
And it has to do with herd vaccination or herd immunity. It has to do with getting that shit out of the water, because otherwise we'd still have people dropping from typhoid all the time. Or dysphoria. Like, because there's horrible bacteria in the water. Because guess what's in water? Everything on the ground. You got animal piss, animal shit. Lord knows what was in where that water came from originally, what it has washed up on the molecular level, and then brought it right down to the stream just for you to drink.
If you have a deep water well, one that's proper, then you're okay. But the stuff that they're getting, no. Fucking no. It's like, and they're going and promoting this, and it's like you're literally poisoning yourself and your kids. You don't.
You're poisoned. No, these are the people where I just sit back and I just kind of smile because I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna end up killing their whole family, and I'm just gonna be like, stupid hurts, don't it?
And that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at, is like the biggest detriment to humanity is
stupidity.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Like fear, ignorance.
No, what was it that the fucking Did you ever see? There's like the. Did you ever see the? Oh God, I'm trying to remember. It was the Star Trek thing, and it was like the Klingons are asking the Vulcans why they allow human race a part of their science academy, and the Vulcans. Oh shit. I'm trying to see if I can remember this because it's amazing, because it basically sums up humanity in the most beautiful fucking way. And I'm not even a giant Star Trek fan. I just thought it was funny and true as hell. And I have it here somewhere. If you want to talk about something while I'm looking for it, go for it.
I'm just kind of like caught in this odd little moment here that we're having, discussing this weird shit. It's actually human themselves. No human, no stupidity. All we do is nothing but consuming. That's from Uninformed Potato. I don't think that's necessarily true. Our excuse me. Our base nature is to consume, but we aren't limited to that. Getting personal for a moment. I have been vasectomized, and that's because I don't have an interest in children. I don't feel the need to reproduce, and
He just doesn't want kids, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't. Like, I might adopt a teenager someday. I don't get along with little kids. That's a big thing. But the thing is, like, a lot of people, though, they have this, and this is going to sound so awful. So to anybody out there, I'm sorry. This lower level or reptile brain drive to like reproduce, because and I'm saying this from the point of like being there myself before I realized like, oh, I don't actually want kids, before, like, the concept of having kids was to me like an accepted fact. If this is what's going to happen one day, I'm going to do this, I have plans for this, yada yada yada. And then I hit the sort of realization of like, oh, this is not actually what I want. I should rethink this, and got to where I am now. As far as humanity being a consuming machine, yes, by default that is what everybody operates on. But intellect counters that. I started breaking down this concept, thankfully, at an early age. Again, I was probably like 6 or 7, and I heard that people lived in the desert, and it just kind of like confused me. And I'm going like, what? No water? How do you food? Desert? No, this is not renewable. You can't live in a place where you can't grow food. How? And in time, I understood, like, you have resources that don't necessarily revolve around that there, but it's still if somebody is conscious of their surroundings, then this consuming machine kind of fades away and they start thinking about everything else they have to deal with. The problem is so many people don't do that. They still operate on, and this is going to sound so horrible, an animal level, where it's just dealing with the things that make them happy and not considering their... When I say environment, I don't mean like the literal environment as is pushed in like, ecosystem. I mean environment in being their entirety of a person is like their mind, their body, their surroundings, their finances, and balancing all of these. I hope that doesn't sound too like complex or hippie-like. I'm trying to word this as best I can with, who knows how many shots worth of rum in me. Squigby says, hey, evolution happened because of that drive, so yeah, it's just programmed in. I never had that strong drive, though, and if I'm to have kids, it's because I want them, not because I feel like I have to. And that's, well, I mean, like, even saying you want them, you have people that they say they want kids and they really don't. I mean, it sounds goofy, but if they stop and think about it, like my father, if I'm going to be honest, he's not somebody who should have raised kids. He shouldn't have had children. He's not a good parent. He does well with pets, not with people. But he thought he wanted kids, and he was wrong. It's a weird... I don't know how to put this. I'm going in so many tangents, trying to, like, identify, to pinpoint this concept that I'm trying to touch on. I don't know. It's hard to describe. The idea of wanting kids is something that's also based into society too, from like the 50s American dream. Yeah, that's true, especially in this culture. It becomes a big thing. If somebody says they don't want kids, they're kind of like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, that's totally on point. You okay there, 2D?
Yeah, I found what I was looking for. I'm actually gonna send it in the Discord.
Okay. Just got really quiet there. I was a little concerned.
No, I'm okay. So here, you are about ready to get a direct message from me.
All right.
I pretty much assume you're pretty familiar with Star Trek.
Relatively.
Yeah, you don't need to be stupid familiar with it, just a little.
Open original, that would help, because that is a tiny, tiny image. Klingons, okay, we don't get it. Vulcan Science Academy, get what? Klingons. You Vulcans are a bunch of stuffy prisses. But you're also tougher, stronger, and smarter than humans in every single way. Why do you let them run your Federation? Vulcan Science Academy. Look, this is a species where if you give them 2 warp cores, they don't do experiments on one and save the other for if the first one blows up. This is a species where if you give them 2 warp cores, they will ask for a third one, immediately plug all 3 into each other, punch a hole into an alternate universe where humans subscribe to an even more destructive ideological system, fight everyone in it because they're offended by that, steal their warp cores, plug those together, punch their way back here, then try to turn a nearby sun into a torus because that was what their initial scientific experiment was for, and they didn't want to waste a trip. They did that last week. We have the write-up right here. It's getting published in about 600 scientific journals across 200 different disciplines because of how many established theories their ridiculous little expedition has just called into question. Also, they did turn that sun into a torus, and no one actually knows how. This is why we let them do whatever the hell they want. Klingons. Can we be part of your Federation? The real Seebs. Come to think of it, I mean, look at the first human warp drive thing in the movie. That was not how Vulcans would have done it. Another one that I like, did you ever watch Stargate?
Humans, we're the hold my beer species.
Yeah. No, did you ever watch Stargate? Stargate SG-1?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's...
for a while, yeah.
Okay, so you have... Yeah, it got long and it got very complicated, but it was still a good series. Now, one of the things in there is you have same concept, but simplified. You have a few different races that are all kind of at odds. We're going to highlight on the main ones. You have, we're gonna have to touch on the fourth. Okay, so you start off with the humans, right? Which we know humans, whatever. Then you have the Goa'uld, which are the body-possessing parasite aliens. They're the bad guys, whatever. They're like the Klingons in Star Trek. Then you have the Asgardians, which are the traditional gray aliens, you know, tiny bodies, big head, huge black eyes. And they were the Norse gods, and they protected humanity and the rest of the universe. And then you have the Replicators. The Replicators are machines. They're demonic Legos. They eat up metal and build copies of themselves to make more copies of themselves, to eat more metal, to make more copies of themselves, rinse and repeat until the entire cosmos is turned into Replicators. They're like the Borg. Alright. So the Goa'uld are the Klingons. They're the lesser evil. The Replicators are the Borg. They're the bigger evil. The Asgardians are kind of like the Vulcans. And we have an incident where the Replicators have got a hold of an Asgardian ship. They've devoured it. They've assimilated it, basically, and built this super ship. And the Asgardians come to the humans and they go, hey, guys, we need your help. And the chief science officer goes, why the fuck do you want our help? And they go, well, you have this special talent. And the science officer goes, okay, what are you talking about? And they say, well, you know, all of us out here in space, we made energy weapons that shoot lasers and melt stuff apart, and that's cool. But you've come up with these things that use gas propulsion, which is so inefficient we would have never thought it, but it launches metal projectiles into the Replicators, which actually do more damage than our lasers do. So we want you to use this special skill to make a weapon for us to take out the Replicators. And the science officer goes, well, you know, it kind of feels like you're calling us dumb. And the Asgardian says, yes, perfect, I like that word. We need your dumb to fight these aliens.
We do have a special talent. I'll give humanity that. We come up with some pretty fucking weird shit in some weird ways.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's why I said earlier, it actually pays off more to be clever than it does to be smart. Being clever will get you a lot further because it's problem solve. I mean, like, that's, you know, I have like a bunch of shit that I've stored away as knowledge.
Don't get me wrong. I don't know a thing or two about rocket appliance, but
rocket appliance. I don't know what that is, but I'm interested.
That was a Trailer Park Boys reference. It ain't rocket appliances. But yeah, no, I can usually problem solve all right. It's just don't ask me to make a rocket or anything. I mean, I make things to go boom, but that's about as far as I've got. Not actually go anywhere.
I mean, I know people that are more intelligent than me, more gifted. But where I come in is, again, with the doctor. He says, I'm clever. And that's the thing. That's the thing is being able to pick up on patterns to put them together. That's... You okay, dude?
Yep.
You need a Ricola?
It's okay. You don't have to... Yes, I'm still getting over shit.
Do you have any, like, a Vicks Vapor Rub?
Not really. I have the stuff, though, that has the same plant stuff. The same plant that's used to make that shit in it. So it gives off the same clear sinus thing, and I just put it on my nose. It has nothing to really do there. I'm mostly just trying to get rid of a fucking cough.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, the best thing is like the upper lip right under the nose. So you do that, you inhale it, and it goes and soothes everything. A lot of people like, Vicks Vapor Rub on the chest. And it's like, no, you put it on the chest, that's nice. But
I put it right on the sides of my nose. Always. That's where I get the best hits off of it.
Well, that works. I mean, somewhere around that area, that's good. Just everybody, the chest, it's the best soothing. No,
I never understood the chest thing. I was like, it's not gonna seep in immediately, make me feel. This shit doesn't go to my lungs, people.
Well, it does go to your lungs through your nose, or your mouth.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it seems like they think it absorbs through your skin or some shit.
Well, that's the way they market it. That's the thing is people don't know any better. But
it's like, no, that's not how that fuck. Oh God. All right, you know what? Whatever. Do whatever you want. I'm gonna go nap.
Whatever makes you happy. Squeakbee
That's
says.
That's kind of where I fall with people.
Squeakbee says humans are always portrayed as these reckless free spirits in sci-fi. I think any species that seeks out exploration and to know the universe around them can be free spirits themselves, though.
I think it's just more of how we think of things.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it's a...
Not saying you're mute at all. You know, you have a good point there, but I think it's more on just how we show how we think as a collective generally overall.
It's a matter of pragmaticism. It's a matter of what's practical. Well, okay, let me take that back. It varies. It's one of two things. It's
I was
either
gonna say, like, I'm not very practical, but buddy.
It's a matter of either one. Well, no. Okay, there are three things. They say the mother of invention is necessity. Okay. And I guess that falls close to pragmaticism. We could say that the father of pragmaticism is, or the father of invention is pragmaticism, and the ugly cousin twice removed is the because I fucking wanted to.
But for real.
I mean, like, you know, the company where I worked for a while, building giant robots. Why are we doing this? Well, it has commercial and military applications, and there's a lot of stuff we can do with construction. But if we're going to get down to the very core of it, the bottom line was, dude, it's cool, we just fucking want to, why not? You know?
I mean, haven't you ever seen Mythbusters? Mythbusters sums up humanity in a whole for me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all they're trying to do the show is really, you know, they say we're trying to find truth, but in the end, we really just want to watch shit blow up.
Squeakbee says we don't really know any other sentient species, so how can we compare? That's true. If we ever do find another one, I hope they're more advanced and calm than we are.
God, I hope they're way more. Please don't take that hope from me.
If they're not,
I have been repeatedly disappointed by the way things have gone so far, in my timeline of histories, at least.
Yeah.
If I get to be alive when we first meet extraterrestrial life, which, I mean, back to shit like the Prime Directive. I bet you they have crap like that because that's a smart thing to have.
I thought you were going to go in the direction of Kiriko and be like, I want to put my dick in it.
No, I was what I was gonna say was fuck, where was I going with that? Oh, I hope that they are smarter than us, because if there's one thing I want to see is that there is more intelligent life out there.
Yeah. Is there
'Cause
intelligent?
if we're it, I'm gonna cry. If I find out that we are truly it, like we find some way to scan the entirety of the Milky Way galaxy, and we find nope. Apparently life in the galaxy starts and ends here.
Oh,
I'm gonna hang myself.
Don't do that. I don't condone that.
No, I mean, okay, I'm being sorry. I don't take all of that back to a degree, but I mean, you get what I'm saying.
But if that happens,
would be fucking depressing.
If that happens, then you know, you and I will get together and we will have an evening where we drink and cry. How about that?
Okay.
But yeah, no, I understand. And the thing is, like, I know there will be other life out there. There has to be, based on, like, what we found.
I bet the first thing we find that's going to be other life is going to be, like, bacteria.
Probably.
And then it's going to grow from there.
But the other thing is, like, you know, we might find something like ourselves.
I mean, a humanoid, though, that's... I mean, let's be fair here. The humanoid construct is actually kind of a lucky draw.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the things
the
that
billions and billions and billions of possibilities.
Well, yes and no. I mean, like, think about it. If you find a planet somewhere, a water planet, I mean, like, yeah, 75% of our surface is water, but we have a lot of air. But what? I'm just saying. Yes, Potato, if this comes down to a thing, then you can join the drinks and cry. If you have a water planet somewhere, right, where there's literally no land, you just have a lot of landmass underwater, and then water itself, and then maybe some upper atmosphere. You would have a race where they might evolve. And they're not humanoid at all. They might be crab-like, they might be octopod, and they have to load water onto their ships so they can breathe. But humanoid being a lucky draw is actually not necessarily a big thing. In fact, because of the way that water works, it would be more likely that something would evolve more quickly in the water than in the air.
I mean, we can hope. I don't know. I mean, I think it's possible. It just depends on...
and Squeakbee touches on a good point, and this is actually something that I've thought about a lot. They're saying, well, the term that always gets me is life as we know it. What if our definition of what makes something alive is... well, in this case, we think of things as organic being carbon-based, right? Like the fleshy meat sacks that hold blood, big fucking water balloons. It would actually make more sense to have something along the lines of, just dumb as it sounds, Transformers.
This is one of those things where we're still not entirely sure on that.
Yeah, because what defines consciousness? Now we're getting into philosophy. Let's put this on hold. Let's
now we're getting into philosophy here, and this is actually my jam. Let me crack my knuckles.
Oh, here comes 2D. He's rolling in.
Philosophy's my jam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with the question: what is human?
Well, that wasn't the question. The question is life as we know it.
Yeah, life as we know it. But first we got to know ourselves before we understand what life is, because we're the only forms that we can really know of right now. that
Well-
we really have any direct connection to.
No, there
I
are
mean,
plenty of
besides
forms of life on Earth. It's not
No, I mean
consciousness that's
I-
being asked.
Fine.
But that's where the big question
So then
comes.
what? Okay, so fine. What is life?
Okay, so most people define life as an organic construct. And organic comes down to a liquid base, liquid insides, and carbon, right?
Okay.
But we don't need to adhere to these. These are just molecular bonds. Why can you not have something that goes and has a metal outer shell? Let's just ponder that for a minute before we continue. You have something like a turtle, but the turtle's shell is not calcium or protein. It's iron. Does that make it non-living?
Well, I know we.
I'm sorry, Potato, I don't mean to make your head hurt.
On the other side of this too, it's What was it? I remember not fucking in school, and they used to tell us that. At least they try to tell us the whole like being alive is being able to identify the whole. Does it breathe? Does it eat? Does it grow?
Yeah.
But then you look at things like, hang on, but then you look at things like fire. Fire needs to breathe. It eats and it grows. So is fire alive?
That's true, and that's what
Probably not, but it does what I was...
the original definition, yes.
Yeah, it does the original definition of life. So, it takes that away. See, every time we come up with the definition of life, there's something that we end up going, oh wait, actually that totally defies that. So, what the fuck is it?
And that, well, the thing for me always comes down to cognizance. Like the concept of I think, therefore I am.
Hang on 1 second. This is the perfect opportunity to go. B, by definition, you are Stardust.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scientifically proven you're Stardust.
Yes. You ever thought about the concept that you're just basically driving around a skeleton covered in meat, made of stardust,
I like to
piloted by thoughts?
I like to I like to compare us to sentient water balloons.
Oh, Potato, no, I'm sorry. Potato says, I think I need to stop working to really contribute in this discussion. This is actually becoming a really fun evening. And fucking, this is so weird. We've hit the point where I've literally just killed my game. I've got my face up on the screen. We're talking and just, like, getting concepts out there. This is interesting. This is a weird fucking night, but I'm having fun.
Good.
But yeah, no, like, to me, the big thing has always been consciousness. Like, to me, it's interesting, the concept of, like, when machines actually hit a level of consciousness. Everybody's terrified of that, and I'm going, like, no, dude, like, they're gonna be cool. They're gonna be better than us. The only thing that's gonna fuck it up is, whether we're douchebags or not. And you know what? I'm not gonna be.
I'm gonna say, but let's be honest here. We're as a whole, we're going to be.
Well, as a whole, sure, but the thing is, like, if they're smart, they're
like,
gonna...
I won't be. You won't be.
No, and you know what's gonna happen is
As a whole.
there's gonna be those assholes out there, and they're gonna start it up, and they're gonna know me, and they're gonna know you, and they're gonna go like, hey, you know what, you guys are cool, but these fuckers, I think we want to get rid of them. You know what? When it comes down to that, I don't know if I want to stop and hey, dude, just bring me a burger and let me watch. I don't care.
Or like, I for one welcome our robotic overlord.
Almost. But as far as and well, this is kind of like in the same direction I was going.
Plus, I just want to throw out there really quick. Out of all the apocalypses, I think I might be able to survive. I just want to say, fuck the Terminator one. I don't want to live. I don't want to live in the robot one. That one is just. That one's too bad. Like, that one's nope.
But my point is, like, okay, so if you have a race that is going to travel long distances in space, right? Be able to survive radiation and the vacuum of nothingness. It's not going to be organic as we see it. It's going to be what we call synthetic. It's going to be what we would deem an artificial life form. And this is why I was saying, like, Transformers. Because literally having some sort of creature that is not built out of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, but is built out of iron, carbon.
But wasn't it established that they were their own thing? Like, they seemed artificial, but they were actually natural.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Laws.
Yes.
Sorry, you dance around your points, man.
I do what I call circling around. Like, I'll start to go in one direction, then I'll start going the other, and they meet up in the middle, and when everything connects, you have that aha moment. But you're getting there. Yeah, you nailed it on the head. Like, the point is, what is natural is just what happens to form by luck under those circumstances. So
Yeah,
you can have a life form that is built out of different metal composites and carbons and acids that is literally a robot that charges up on sunlight. And let's face it, if you have something that needs to travel the vacuum of space, what's the best way to do it? You set it on a path, you set a timer, and it just goes into hibernation, curls up, and then every once in a while wakes up, charges around a sun, sets the new path, and continues sailing. Could we do that? Fuck no. The best thing we have are water bears, and look at those creepy little fuckers. It's not going to happen. But with what we would deem as synthetic life, which would be organic on another one, and we would be synthetic, that actually would work better across the cosmos. Because you have so many suns that throw off like gamma radiation and X-rays. Dude, we would be toast. But a machine? It doesn't give a fuck. That's literally the natural state of the universe, is a machine.
Wait, I thought the natural state of the universe was ever expanding.
Well, I'm sorry. That's not quite what I meant. Yes, it's always expanding in theory. And
Sorry, you lost me when you said a machine. I was like, hang on.
the natural form of a being in the universe, right? If you had a thing that was meant to exist in space, it would be a machine type form, not an organic one. The universe itself, yes, it's always expanding even faster, which is weird to most scientists.
I do wish we had a better galaxy, though. I mean, we got the basic bitch spiral, but I wish we had, like, the hourglass galaxies. Those ones look fucking rad. Or, like, the ones that, like, twirl.
Squeakbee says, Cognitus might operate on a different perspective of time than us. Like, the universe is to us a super slow explosion, but to others it might be something that is going by a split of an instant. I always wondered...
You flip that the other way, B. You're on the right case. It's the other way around.
I was wondering if, like, perspective of time would change depending on the size of an organism. Yes. When you're smaller, does it take less time for your brain bits to respond to each other because of less distance to travel? Yes. It might be full. I might be full of it, but it's something I wondered. And water bears are cuties. They're actually, I was being a little facetious there. They are interesting, to be honest. And you are absolutely correct. There is a book I absolutely love. It is called The Thief of Time, written by Terry Pratchett. It's part of the Discworld series. And if anybody can sink the time into it, fucking read it, because it is goddamn amazing. It covers so many concepts.
Already did, dog.
Oh, okay, cool.
Years and years and years ago, back when Horowitz threw it my way.
Like, I want that to be a big budget movie. Like,
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Horowitz. Yeah, it was.
Or Garrett. Because I know
it was Horowitz because he got it from Garrett or the other way. I don't remember.
I know that Garrett was a big fan of it. Like, I heard about it from him first.
But I mean, it didn't take too much convincing because I mean, Terry Pratchett. He was just like the better Tolkien.
He was. Terry Pratchett is what you get if you cross Tolkien with Douglas Adams.
Wow. Yeah, I could, yeah, I do that.
I mean, his humor and style is totally on point with Douglas Adams, but he gets the fantasy down like Tolkien. Like, to me, he's a fucking genius. Like, there were a few things that made me lose it when somebody died, but he was one of them. I got wasted that night.
Man, you broke up so bad. Like, I heard a bunch of cut-ins and outs, and then I hear, I got wasted that night.
When Terry Pratchett died.
Oh. Yeah, that was a bad day.
That was just like one of those things where, like, right at the end of the day, I'm going like, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. I should really reel it in. And I saw that, and I was like, get the liquor. I'm up for another 2 hours. We're gonna.
That, and there's still a series that needs to be finished.
Yeah. Another one was Robin Williams, and the thing there that, like, I mean, like, depression.
No, I still haven't accepted that one. You shut your mouth right now.
You waiting for somebody to roll 5 or 8?
Yes.
You know,
or necromancy.
Robin
I mean,
Williams. Robin Williams. He was big fan of the Legend of Zelda series.
Yes, I know.
And he actually made he made a statement to Nintendo, and he said, like, listen, guys, I have a request. If you ever make a Legend of Zelda movie or TV series, I want to play Ganon. And it was bad enough to lose him, but then going like, oh my god, if we ever get that, we don't actually get Ganon. That was the point where I was like, dude, I'm fucking done. I'm out for the night. I'm just gonna... There goes the bottle.
But to be fair, they did put Robin Williams in a couple of their games.
What? How?
From
Where?
What?
How? Where? How?
I don't know. Look it up. I don't know exactly where.
All right.
There's a couple instances of it from what it's like Easter egg stuff.
Oh, okay, like references and shit. I mean, that's that's
like,
cool.
Like they put like character model in of like like a Hyrule character of Robin Williams. But I thought it was yeah he is in Breath of the Wild. I saw that one. But no, it's chill as fuck. I like it when the game companies do stuff like that. Like, I know there's a bunch of dead WoW players in WoW.
A bunch of what?
Like big fans of World of Warcraft that died tragically in some way, and they usually end up as NPCs.
Yeah.
I think we need to stop doing graveyards and just start putting people in video games. That's way better. Have like a big old like there's like a it's like a graveyard. You could go there and it's just all these people. Then you could sit there and like go through their vlogs and stuff, and it'll say name, till when, a little biography, like their social media stuff, so you can kind of get an idea of who they were. It'd be like an internet graveyard, but of people.
Yeah.
I think I just came up with $1 million idea.
Yeah, E-Graves.
E-Graves. Keep your memories forever.
Keep them forever, just $9.99 a month.
Right. I mean, it's not like we're not currently working on something similar.
There's grave sites where you actually have to pay rent.
That's fucked. I was more going towards the whole how we're starting to find ways to download
our minds into computers.
Yeah, which unfortunately is not so much a download as it is a copy. But hey, it's still like
I mean, it's still a thing.
yeah. But
That means that at some point you could probably, I bet you anything, it's gonna be like, watch. There's gonna be we might head down this timeline. Like your insurance will be like an extra body, like a cloned you, and they can just reserve your memories up to certain points, and like you can go and get them, you know, retouched up or updated, and then when you die, they take out the body. It's probably already grown, and then they place those memories into your head, and then it's almost like nothing happened.
that's called The Seventh Day. It's a movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, that was just a clone movie.
No, they duplicate the memories, and he has a clone of himself.
No, I remember he got the little dots in his eye.
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
There was that, and it touched on that subject, and then there's the whole thing with the let's see here, what else?
I don't know. I'd be down for it. I think that's a...
Well, the thing is, like, to have, and this is where it gets tricky, is like, if you have you, a copy of you, it's literally a copy of you. It's you, but not you.
I'm okay with that.
I am and I'm not. I mean, like, I would much rather have a copy out there than nothing. At the same time, I would still like it to be me. So if we're going to do something like moving over to different bodies instead of having a copy, like, you reach the point of transcendence when you have a way to download the proper neurological activity from one body to the next instead of just making a backup.
I wonder how come cloning is such a big fucking issue.
Good question. And
I honestly, when I think of cloning, I can immediately think of a bunch of good uses.
You broke up really bad there. A bunch of what?
Oh, I said whenever the topic of cloning gets brought up, I've never understood how people immediately go to like a weird negative of it. I immediately think of like 1,001 positives that I can do with it. And like, I don't know, save endangered species. I mean, I'm not talking Jurassic Park, but I'm talking stuff that we could have back that we fucked up on.
Okay, so there's this thing that was almost a thing a long while back.
The mammoth?
No, not that far back.
I mean, that was almost a thing. I thought that was going to be cool.
It was the first time it showed up. It was theorized to be a odd genetic variant, a missing link, and then there were Russian projects to recreate it. It was referred to as the Humanzi. Do you know this thing?
That term sounds familiar, but I'm not drawing like a picture.
Okay. Shit.
I know I've read that somewhere though. I bet you in fucking Time or something.
The big thing was it was viewed as a what do we see here? Hold on. Squeakbee says there's a company that keeps people on ice for a possible future. Yeah, the copy thing not the same. Also, Hey Nerd House. The relation of the soul to the mind, is there something to pass on? Or yeah, can you only do copies? Haha, existentialist crisis, night I guess. Man, I need to go to bed, but I'm really digging this discussion. Well, B, I'm sorry you have to sleep, but I'm glad you're appreciating it.
And B, that is assuming that there is a soul.
Okay, to be fair, yeah, that's a thing. I mean, I feel that there is...
A soul technically does not scientifically exist, nor has been proven to exist. What we consider to be a soul could simply just be our consciousness.
No, there is something there. There is a test that was done long...
I mean, I don't think so.
There's a test that was done long ago, which has since been forbid because it is considered too inhumane, quote-unquote. which was if somebody passes away and you measure their weight immediately before and after death, they lose.
Immediately before and after?
They lose a certain amount of weight.
You mean like after they shit and piss themselves?
No, the entire body is on a slab, and the slab is a giant scale, so it isn't the loss of body fluids or mass.
And it lost to 5 grams.
Something like that.
Yeah, I remember being told that. I remember going,
So, like, there were a bunch of different arguments on, like, what is this?
I was like, could be the body just fucking resting.
But the thing is, like, it's the entire body is on a scale, and it doesn't matter how much it shits or pisses itself, all of that's going to end up on the scale. So this change shouldn't affect that. And yet,
But when you die, you are your bowels. So wouldn't that be what that is?
that would still end up on the scale. If the excrement is in you or out of you, it's still on this giant platform, so that doesn't matter. We're getting on a sidetrack. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've just been kind of like, Souls might be pushing it a little bit too much on my end.
Yeah, and B saying, "Oh, I was laying down because they'll talk about how souls might not exist, and that shit makes me sad. To me, life is about the experiences, the lessons we learn, the people we were supposed to become."
It's let me put it in. See, it also has to kind of fall into.
And you're going to be hearing some crashes in the background. I'm sorry, this is me prepping all my vitamins for the next day. Please continue.
Ghosts. Ghosts. This is a fun one. I don't think that ghosts are souls. I think generally ghosts are materialized energy.
I actually have, like, way down the road, not way down the road, but when I have enough money to fuck around with it, I have this belief that ghosts are magnetic imprints on the physical plane that play on repeat.
No, exactly. It's kind of like a natural memory.
Yeah, and the
It's like a little natural memory that just kind of is consistent. Sometimes it's slightly aware, sometimes not at all, but it's kind of there. Yeah, and we all leave one.
The thing is, ghosts, if you look at how they behave, quote unquote, they usually get most fidgety when there's construction going on, which means you're changing your landscape. And here's the other thing, they are strongest where there is a large magnetic field, like huge deposits of iron ore. So I believe it's possible to make a ghost eradicator, which is basically a giant EMP.
Giant magnet or an EMP.
You basically move all the electronics out of the area, you irradiate it, and it erases the ghost image, because that's literally what it is. If you think about a VCR tape, this is going to sound goofy, but if you take a VCR tape and you record the same thing again and again and again, you get a residual magnetic image on it. And I'm talking about old VCRs, right? The shitty ones, not like...
I know. I actually know what you're talking about.
So when you re-record over something that has been burned over multiple times, you actually get a literal, what they call a ghost image, because the magnetic resonance on that part of the tape is so strong, it persists through your recording. And I think this happens to the Earth and the field around it. So I think what is a ghost is not... I mean, and to specify to me, there's a difference between a ghost and a poltergeist. But for what is usually called a ghost, it isn't a person or a soul or a spirit. It is...
a natural memory.
Yeah.
Of you.
A part of somebody's being that's been etched into the earth.
That means they put a lot of energy into that fucking spot.
And the big question is it good or is it bad? Because the ones that stand out, let's face it, are kind of assholes.
They're kind of dicks, like usual, right? The ones that stand out are always the loudest and the most assholest.
asshole is. And yes, mean ghosts are bastards. I still want to try out my my idea on getting a ghost so angry, just to prove that it's made out of energy. You just piss it off to where it just forms enough energy to where it's quasi-solid to some extent, and you just punch it in the face, and then you'll be known as the guy who punched a ghost in the face.
Squigby says the people we work to become, and if there is nothing to show for it, then nothing matters. Love doesn't matter, being a decent person doesn't matter, and I'm not going to stop trying to be a decent person. And yes, I agree with that. Like, my moral compass is too strong to say otherwise. Like, I get it as far as within the universe itself we have no meaning, but I hold strong that we create our own meaning. Potato says, I agree. Humans' consciousness, sentience, builds its own meaning, and by that we matter because we made ourselves to matter. And in the same vein, like, as much as...
I think I'm a bit too much of a cosmic nihilist to fall into those.
Stephen Hawking
I think that because all things inherently lead to nothing, then there is inherently nothing in almost everything.
You can say that, but at the same time, Stephen Hawking basically made the argument of, like, dude, I'm fucking... man, I can't even pull up the word now. Atheist. He said he was an atheist. We all turn to nothing, so we should do the best we can because that's all we can do with our lives. And I mean, like, I think that's a nice way of looking at it. I don't know. It depends on the person, I guess.
I mean, I generally try to do the right thing. It's just a lot of the time I understand that there's really no such thing. It's really weird to live life and understand some of these things. So they're just like, fucking don't even care.
Well, there's this I mean, you have this intrinsic value of what's right and what's wrong, or to a certain extent you do. Some people do, some people don't, whatever.
I mean, you kind of know I have a pretty strong moral compass when it comes down to the wire.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I've just learned to pick my battles.
It goes a step further than, I mean, how to put this? Oh, actually, again, back to Doctor Who, the last Christmas special they did, he's asking, like, I had this belief that, whatever's right is what happens, but I don't know why, because it's so much easier to just be evil and not give a fuck about anything else. And the thing is, that is close but not entirely true. There is actually a thing built into most organisms to be good. There was a study done where you had a dog, and the dog's owner is sitting in between two people. And the dog's owner would try to open a jar and could not open it. And they would offer the jar to somebody, and the person would either help them with it and open it for them, or would say, no thanks, you got it, and just fuck off. So after their owner tried to open the jar, both participants on either side would offer a treat to the dog. 90% of the time, if the person had helped the owner, the dog would take the treat from the person who helped the owner. 90% of the time, if another person had not helped the owner, the dog would take the treat from the person who was neutral instead of the one who had said, fuck you, do it on your own.
So the dog got diabetes?
The dog would favor the people that helped the owner. The dog would shun the people that didn't help them. Literally, a moral compass is something that is built into most living organisms for some reason to support others that do good. This was the first test that was conducted. Then it started branching out. What point it's at, I don't know right now. But it started branching out into other creatures, and they started discovering that even if the creatures were not pack creatures, they would still favor ones that were kind over ones that were selfish.
Say that one more time. You were breaking up a little bit for.
Even if the creatures were not pack creatures, they would favor others of their own kind that were helpful versus ones that were selfish. The selfish ones were shunned. The helpful ones were embraced.
Okay. Alright, I got you. And B, how can humpback whales practice autism?
Pardon me for just a moment.
Oh, a trism. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest with you. Or I do know what it is. Hang on. You know what? I live in the fucking age of information. How about if I fucking go get some information? It's amazing. That's what I just did. That's what I just did. B. That's what I just did because I was saying that I can do that, and now you're yelling at me to do it. Messed up. Also, humpback. Are you calling me fat? B. I think I'm slightly delirious. Just slightly. Mildly annoying. That and my face is just kind of my face is just kind of leaking, and I kind of want to rip it off my skull, but it's gonna hurt way too much than I'm willing to handle right now.
Hey there, I'm back. What a
Shit.
miss.
I was thinking I'd go more of like the Owen Wilson, you know? I mean, I'd get the Tom Cruise, but I mean, he's got kind of a gay elf nose.
Because to make herself better, Hawkins thought philosophy was pointless too, and that makes me sad as well. Yeah, I mean, like, I cited Hawkins because it was a thing, but he's kind of a dick. I never really liked him. So many of them just totally write off philosophy and spirituality in a sense it's pointless and doesn't exist, and to me, like, never grew up or was raised to trust my own mind, so seeing all these things in so much people smarter than me, like, there's this voice in my head that sees that and goes, why are you even kidding yourself? These people who understand the world so much better than you deny this, then why are you hanging on to it? And then we go into humpback whales practice autism regularly. They actually depend on other animals from predators like orcas. Google it. So I meant that they defend other animals. I was stating a fact that went in tow to Alex's point. The act to do good is in animals. Okay, yes. Looks like you need a change of facet. Get a new nose. Oh, I wouldn't. His nose looks like that because it was broken. Altruism. Yeah, altruism versus autism. Yeah, big difference. Big difference. Okay.
I can't believe that fucking worked. I inceptioned you. I fucking inceptioned him. Done it. Alright, there's my Stephen King reference for the day.
Oh man, I should know that. Duddits. No, you did type altruism. The font is tiny. My chat window is all fucked up. I'm sorry about that.
That already heard me say autism, so he read it as autism because there was enough lettering there. There was enough lettering there. Yes, B. I'm gonna tell you right now. I am a good guy, I promise. I am a good guy. I'm not that much of a dick. But you'll never hear me claim to be a saint. Alright? Period. I will do dickish things every once in a while because sometimes it's funny.
But you know, you could be a saint anyway.
What?
Oh, that's the fun thing. Like, becoming a saint, there aren't any rules to it. If the church deems you a
Dude,
saint, you're a saint.
Okay. Talk again?
That's the fun thing. The church, if they deem you a saint, you're a saint. That's all there is to it. There was this instance where they found this tomb of this monk, and they went like, you know what? Fuck it, he's a saint. Boo! And that's it. So, one day, you could be. You never know. No rules.
I take it.
Literally. Fuck, who wouldn't? Why not? Cheers. What are you talking about? Like Tom Cruise and this and that when I came in?
Oh, how I said Tom Cruise's nose looks like that of one of a gay elf.
Legolas, what do your elf eyes see? Tom Cruise knows.
Legolas, what is your elf eyes? Boromir.
Fucking Boromir. Yeah. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Like,
Wait, I totally realized that in Elite Dangerous, when I saved your ass that one night, I totally Boromired for you, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Boromir.
Squeakby says, I'm a dick too, so it's all good, and you could be reincarnated into a Saint Bernard, and there you go. Because a Saint Bernard is a saint. Get it?
I get it. I really do.
Fucking Boromir. Man, that was like one of the weird moments in Lord of the Rings for me. Like, this dude, he's been kind of a dickbag the entire time, and he makes this sacrifice. I'm going, I don't know how to feel about him, because he's always been a shit, but then he does this one thing. I'm so confused on, like, do I want to hate him or not?
I didn't get Boromir until I read the books. Like, when I actually sat down and fucking... And I was like, oh, okay, so he wasn't completely a dick. And I was like, it was kind of the ring. Have you read Lord of the Rings? Like, read it?
No.
That's kind of what happened. The ring starts,
corrupting him.
Yeah, pretty much.
We want it. We need it.
And the fact that please don't ever fucking do that ever again in my ear.
I'm
kidding.
gonna do it on stream at some point. It's just gonna be a fact. It's been my thing. I do Elmo and Batman too.
Oh God, don't please.
Not at the same time. Don't worry about that.
We're gonna keep the craziness. We're going a little low now.
It's quiet time tonight on KTCV The Love Train.
Well, I'll keep my voices in check for a while.
Thank you.
Man, one of my exes, she was a riot, but she had some weird streaks. Do the Christian Bale Batman voice while we're having sex. I'm going, are you serious? Either that or the Elmo. I mean, it'll make me laugh. I'm going, I don't, no. At this point, I can't do either.
I'm gonna be right back, darling.
Oh, thank you, Potato.
I need a drink. But hey, I'm happy that we are entertaining you.
This is becoming a cool little moment. Yeah.
Also, don't forget to join the Discord to reach us at all times, if not on Twitter. I'm gonna leave this to you. I'm gonna jump away real quick.
Toadie's gonna leave a chat to Elmo. That's a little creepy. I'm sorry. I kept on trying to monetize the story in Lord of the Rings, but they fell back on Tolkien's writing. And it kind of lead to mixed signals, like Tolkien was big on the girl maidens just sitting around lamenting, like Arwen, yeah. And they made her a badass for her introduction, and then she just sits around and is sad. Our Discord, today's Discord, I still don't know my way around Discord, I'm sorry. For how much I know about computers, I'm fucking stupid on that. I really need to learn up. That's 2D. You gotta check in with his chat. I'm sorry. I think he posted it. I don't know. I'll get him to throw it in again when he comes back here and there. Elmo doesn't know what a Discord is. Or if you throw it a little bit more like a gravelly voice to the back of that. If you go a little deeper, it's almost like I remember this a meat rod. Do what now? Right clicking on your name. Go to invite to server. Oh no, you mean on, okay. Got it. Roger that. Oh, fucking. My things are locking up. I'm sorry, I'm trying. Right clicking on your name, invite to server. There. Fuck that stapler. Seriously though, I was getting caught on my my mouse cable. I won't deal with that shit. I did the thing right. No, I will not party popper at this moment. That would be inappropriate.
Hello.
Hello. Squeakby's in our Discord.
Oh, nice.
But yeah. Need a Ricola man?
No, I'm good.
Not a Ricola like superhero man, but just a Ricola like dude.
Ricola. What is going on in the Steam marketplace anyhow?
A lot, apparently. For the week. The entire week.
Huh?
There's a Steam sale going on for like 500 some games.
Holy Christ.
Also, that's why I have so many games. I save up my money. And then when one of the big sales hits, it's like everything on my wish list, I go like, what's below 50%? And I start just checking it off and adding it in and buying and buying and buying, because it's like, well, fucking I'll buy it now while I can.
Right?
Last year before, I'm not quite sure which it was, I spent like $200 on Steam games. But by the time everything was said and done, it averaged out to like $2 per game. So I was like, I fucking... big deal. Oh, hey, side note. I have to ask, you ever watch any science shows as a kid?
Yeah, I loved them. They're one of my favorites.
What?
Like, I was a sucker for, like, Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, okay. Did you ever watch any others?
You would have to list any particular ones, because I watched a lot. I don't remember all their names.
One on PBS by the name of Beekman's World.
When did it come on?
Saturday mornings.
Alright, that might be why. I do not think I ever caught that show. But PBS also wasn't my Saturday morning channel. PBS was my after school channel.
This was like, you know, by the time that we moved up here, my family, we had a few channels: ABC, CBS, UPN, and PBS. And that was it. And one of the few ones that was going on at the time was, well, Saturday mornings, Beekman's World, Science Channel. And I got curious, and I went back and I looked this shit up. And this is weird. This is an odd moment of self-realization for me. Because this is one of those things. I'm hoping I'm pasting this URL correctly. This is one of those things that didn't just teach me. Like, this guy is one of those things that kind of became like a father figure for me.
Nice.
As soon as I can stop, like, drifting my mouse all over the screen. Like, part of my residual self-image lines up with this dude. Not to mention, like, the green lab coat. I want that fucking lab coat. Just sent you a message in Discord, by the way, if you didn't notice.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, cell phone. Hold on a second.
So I did watch this show.
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, I got I got a text message from my girlfriend saying, I love you, goodbye.
Oh, okay.
She's leaving for work, so...
Oh, okay.
It was that moment of like, I don't want that to be like a text. I want that to be more than a text message. I need to give a moment to her. That's important. Fucking what?
Huh?
Oh, Google image search. DeviantArt. If Beekman were an anime. Oh. It's right, but it still makes me feel so uncomfortable. There's something wrong there.
But, yeah, no, I saw that show. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the one that like, I followed. Bill Nye was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna follow this fucking weirdo in the green lab coat. And I'm, like, looking back going, you know what? I kind of associate with his face. And the green lab coat. I feel like there's a problem here, but I don't know why.
I mean, I was usually busy on Saturdays. I didn't have very many extremely slow Saturdays as a kid. My Saturdays usually involve shit happening.
Yeah, no. I was usually signed up for slave labor, basically.
You what?
Signed up for slave labor.
Oh. You signed up for slave labor?
No, I was signed up for slave labor. That
Oh,
would be
you
my
were?
father.
Oh, right.
That was one of the phrases I dreaded the most. Can you do me a favor? Yeah. And then for the next 6 hours, I'm working in the yard on this favor, and it's like, no. Now that I'm grown, motherfucker, I know what a favor is. This is not a favor. This is a goddamn project. This is not what you asked for. You want some help on something, fine. But this is not assistance. This is not help. This is work. There's a difference. I wish I would have known that then. Because I would have kicked him out at the knees and pissed on him. God damn it. Sorry, that's a little graphic, guys. That's, I have some pent-up aggression here. My bad.
I mean, we all get it.
All good, Squeakbee. Better to be cautious than overstep your bounds. Totally fine. Oh, Potato, you gotta head home. That's okay. You know, things happen.
Have a good day today, Potato.
Traffic is a nightmare. Wow. And sorry I missed your message. Hope you get it tomorrow. Yeah, see you around. Man, it's nice to have you in, and I hope things are going well. I'll check those messages later, okay? Resentment towards a parental figure. I wonder what that's like. Squeakbee, I will not get into your history on stream. That would be wrong. We want to play something at some time, and you want to cover that, then that's your own business. But right now, I won't say anything. Don't worry about that. How you doing, 2D?
Oh, just chilling. Starting to hunker down a bit.
Yeah, understandable. Like there was a break in there, and that allowed the buzz to kind of drop a little. That's okay. It's all good.
Oh, good. And you have to be up here in a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, but I've been having a good evening, so I don't care. I'll suffer through tomorrow. Fucking whatever. It's rare for me. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Let me start again. Hold on. It is rare for me to have an engaging dialogue like this. So I appreciate it. And because of that, when it comes up, I'm willing to sacrifice some of my cognizance and or endurance the next day. Because it's worth it.
Well, I'm happy I was able to keep.
Same here, dude.
I generally like to think. I live more inside of my head than anywhere else.
No, I get that too, man. Like, that's why, like, I started writing this fucking cookbook, is because when I'm on the road going from one place to another, that's when my brain gets going, and I'm just inside of myself, basically. And, yeah, I have Evernote where I just start, like, talking into my phone. It's like, alright, well, you know what, fucking whatever, I'll just edit everything later. Man, I want this goddamn lab coat. Ugh! I'm a little wound up about this. I'm sorry. Don't mind me.
A little?
Alright, that may have been an understatement.
You kind of screamed it. I mean, sort of.
I mean, like, I know this was covered that, like, you like green, but let's make this a point, like, my blue snowball is not blue, it's green. My headphones are green. I custom painted my keyboard green. My gaming chair is acid green. I got special seat covers for my van to be green.
Damn.
The only reason I don't just, like, turn everything in my house green is because then there would be no contrast to show off, like, what green actually is. Beekman's World. The Wikipedia description. A zany scientist explains science and nature to kids. Thank you, Wikipedia. That is an accurate description. No, it's not. I was so goddamn obsessed with this as a kid. But, I mean, like, that should be obvious. I mean, you know, so much of that shit, that's what I sunk myself into. Squeaky says, making sarcastic commentary chests like these just re-energize me. Penting up all my anxieties and woes. Mess me up over time? Yeah, I understand. So releasing them by having a chat helps. Hey man, nobody has exclusive rights to their aesthetics. People can love and express their love for things they all want. And yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. It's silly to, like, fall in love with a color, but I don't know. This is a weird night for me. A good one. A good one. Let me just say that.
Well, good. I'm happy it's a good one.
2D can love green and you can love green. Yes. This is acceptable. Not an exclusive thing. Hey, if it's going to come down to it, you know, I think the first thing we would have to do if it's really an issue is fight Jacksepticeye to the death, and then we can just split the bounty. I don't know. No laughs? Really?
What? Sorry, you were breaking up really bad.
Oh, sorry. Squeakbee was talking about, like, you know, we can each appreciate green, right?
Okay.
And we can both enjoy it. And I was like, yeah, you know, it's not like it's a big deal. It's not like anybody owns it. But if that were the case, like, you know, I think first we would have to fight Jacksepticeye to the death, and then figure out how to split the bounty.
Because he's Irish.
Well, also, like, everything in his stream is green. His hair's green, his chair's green, like, everything's fucking green.
I mean, you.
And Squeakbee says green ain't... Sorry, I'm choking on my words. Green isn't as great as blue, in my opinion, but you guys do you. I think I read his favorite color is red, actually. He just marketed himself with green. Oh! Jackie boy! What are you doing? You do you. Literally, you do you. And if it's not you, then fucking what is it? I'll trade you. We'll trade you. Who gives a shit? Red's a passionate color. Jacksepticeye, come on. Let's make a trade. Let's get this going. You okay, 2D?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm crashing is what I'm doing though.
It's fine. It's fine.
Peace out.
No, I'm pretty fucked up, to be honest. I need to call it too. And Squeakbee needs to bounce as well.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. here. Fuck.
No, same here. Come on. Both Pacific. Whatever.
Alright, dude. Well, you have a good night.
You too, man. And hey, you know, Squeakbee, thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody else that was online. Let's see here. My web browser is being stupid, so let's try and take a look. No new followers, okay? No offense taken. Hope everyone had a good evening. And if Jackie Boy out there somehow gets this message, then let's make a trade. Let's make this happen. You know, green's my thing. It's his thing. Let's figure out how to make this work. You want some red? We'll give you some red. It's yeah. Why not? That's so dumb. Who would ever pay attention to that? Nobody. But the message is there. Have fun, everybody. Have a good night. 2D, take care. I'm gonna have a fucking hangover tomorrow. It's gonna be awful, but I'm gonna make my meeting anyway because that's the way I roll. Good night.